just have to type them all in.
Type them all in.
Is that password?
Take it all. What? Ah! No!
Not Comic-Con.com.
Comic-Con? Like, is that like a different kind of convention?
No, at Gmail Comic-Con instead of gmail.com. I typed comma instead of dot.
Dot.
Period. Hey, first try.
Good job.
Messed up. Camera? No, camera's just not good. Come here! You're plugged in, correct?
I'd get my camera working, but hair's a mess. Stuff is a mess. My whole life is a mess.
Welcome to the club.
Why is my camera being the way that it is?
On the bright side, I'll always have a place at in New Hampshire to live.
Yeah, I know. I was just recently talking to the person I think I know you're talking about.
Called my grandma the other day. She's like, "Oh yeah, no. If you still want to come up, if you still want to live here."
Streaming. There we go. Alright, that's working now.
There
we go. We're back on YouTube land.
On YouTube, okay. 5. Are we up on? We are.
All right, that's plugged in. Okay.
Hearing myself 15 seconds behind. Let's mute that.
Beanie.
There we go. Clear on touch.
Where's the beanie?
Good activity on both, Chief.
Awesome. We're looking fabulous.
What is this? Set up some messages.
I don't know. I don't like the old camera setup I got going. Yeah. Me. I guess that's a little bit better.
We are the knights who say knee.
Me. And we require a shrubbery. Why not too tall?
Well, while everyone gets loaded up and loaded in, I'm gonna go get tonight's refreshments.
All right.
Oh, where's my monster?
Oh, good. Then we can see who's sponsoring him tonight.
Yes.
I guess you know what? I'm gonna
This D&D stream
my
is
alcohol
sponsored
too.
by Monster Energy drinks.
You wish.
I wish.
I wish.
I'd kill to have a sponsor with Monster.
I'd pay you all.
Yeah, we have to fight monsters, not join them.
I am the monster.
That would explain the rage thing.
I was told to throw a child at you.
And I'll slice it in half. No remorse.
Does not surprise me.
I swear to God, if you make any NPCs little children...
You know that's gonna happen eventually.
R.I.P. little children. Rest in pieces.
Jesus.
Anakin, is that you?
Yes.
Yes. Wait, I need a corkscrew if I'm gonna open this wine.
Master Skywalker, they have us all surrounded. What are we gonna do?
Die, apparently. Perish.
See, this
Matt.
here Anakin guy killed several children. Jesus Christ.
Or maybe not.
Let me close out Impulse.
Can Matt see us? Can Matt hear us?
Camera unavailable.
Machu.
I can see
Oh.
Matt.
Jittery is this?
Kittery?
I can't.
He is frozen for me. Good Sir Matthew.
There he is.
There he is. You're moving now.
There's some video.
You're active. You're
He's
animated.
purple today.
What?
He's purple today. His ears are purple today. Or pink,
They-
or orange, or red. They're changing.
They rotate.
Nice. So do mine, but I've got them on this like sea green right now. It's very relaxing.
I do like green.
Hey,
It looks a lot more green in the picture than it is. It's actually quite light.
Angie's the one that told me to throw children at you, so don't blame me.
At me?
No, at all, y'all.
Children?
At all of... Ooh. Let me
Yes,
slice them
we
all
have
up.
ascertained that Order 66 is indeed allowed.
Yes.
But you said
Oh,
no
heavily
more legal
roundabout.
references.
This is
said that,
outside
you
the
said-
game. This is
you said-
outside the game. I said
Okay.
no prequel references in character.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
But even out of character, I can appreciate Hayden Christensen as someone I would allow to take me on a fine dinner.
Ooh.
Agreed.
I'm not going to disagree with that at
Yeah,
all.
preferably via teleportation to like Paris or somewhere, because Jumper was a pretty good movie.
It really was.
I haven't seen the movie.
Who was the actress that was the drop trooper in The Mandalorian that got cut?
Gina Carano.
Yeah, I totally... Like, yeah.
Yeah, of
Things.
course.
Conversation changed lanes real fast.
Yeah, it did.
Well, I mean, we were talking about Star Wars thirst traps, and admittedly,
It's a trap!
prior to my discovery of her disappointing views on certain humans and certain science,
Yeah, that was
I-
a bit much.
yeah,
I will say that.
I did indeed thirst for her greatly. However, hate fucking is still on the table, so go enjoy, Morrigan.
Nice. Nice.
Head
Yeah.
crushed between those thighs any day.
Yep.
That'll be some real serious hate fucking.
More like Order 69, am I right?
Can we,
Why
can we
is
make
it-
a small question? I'm just going to put it in the Dungeons and Dragon live chat, but
Yeah.
how does it seem that Anakin's just got younger?
What?
He's gotten younger.
Padme going after Anakin when he's 10. My god, woman. Chill out. He's
Listen.
only gonna grow older.
We got a bot. No. Go
Apparently
away.
not.
Report.
We had a bot. Oh no.
It's
I'm
because
not a
of
mod.
childhood- It's because of childhood trauma that happened to Padme when she was, you know, thrown in with a French assassin in her youth. Yeah. Jean Reno, the professional. Natalie Portman was in that movie about as old as Anakin was when he first met Padme. So it's sort of like, you know, childhood trauma perpetuating the cycle.
Good
Oh
old.
boy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the haircut in that film. The bob
That
cut
did-
was the bob cut that ended at the lips.
Yeah.
It was quite quaint.
Yeah, I mean, France.
Yeah,
But, you know,
very French.
yeah. Fortunately, after Mars attacks, Natalie went to therapy. She backslid for Black Sheep.
Black Swan.
Black Swan.
How do
Black
I get
Swan,
rid of
excuse
them?
me. Yeah, no, Black Sheep is
I'm gonna delete the message.
David Spade, Chris Farley. No, Black Swan. She backslid for Black Swan, and then she was able to kind of get her head back together for Thor 4. So we're
Yay.
excited for that.
Face cam today.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I gotta
Yeah.
make
A
room.
Hello.
human Oregon? Unexpected.
Yes.
I just
Very.
What a head.
Not unwelcome, but unexpected.
oops. I gotta change everything. Move shit around.
Pleased and surprised.
Yes.
See.
Is it beanie hours? Where's my beanie?
Oh, it's beanie time. I don't have a beanie.
Beanie
so-
time.
Oh, my beanie's in the car. Damn it. Ah,
You've got the cat ears. That's more than enough.
I suppose.
And the Princess Leia ears.
I don't look Druish.
There we go. That fixes my hair problems.
Wait, you have hair problems?
It's very fluffy at the moment. It's in dire need of cut.
Oh yeah,
Get
same.
hair problems, Nathan, when they have hair.
You know.
Oh.
So,
Unfortunately, it hasn't quite decided where it wants to fall out yet either, because unfortunately I've been going grey for about 6 years now, but now it's just started falling out, but it doesn't know where it wants to, so there's a bit at the back, a little bit on top, a little to the side.
Yep.
I reckon it's just going to all fall out one day, but until then.
yeah, you've kind of got a
Electric
crop
light
circle
is
thing
fluffy.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, male pattern baldness is most frustrating when it does not follow a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You'd rather have the U shape,
I'm
to
lucky
be
that I've got
honest.
super thick hair anyway, so it kind of covers it up well when I comb
Yeah.
it, but like,
Oh, yeah.
Take it from me, that won't last.
yeah.
Everyone told me when I was a kid, "Oh, your hair is so thick, your hair is so thick," and then my barber started going, "I know things you don't," and then when I was an usher
There
at
we
my
go.
sister's wedding, and they took a
Cheers.
video, I watched the video, and as I was ushering people to their pews, I saw a really good shot of the back of my head, and was like, "How long has that been there?" Pause.
Oh, man.
How long has that not been there? and my family was just all smiling smugly and was going, "Oh, we thought you were better off not knowing." And I'm just like, "What? I've been operating under a delusion, folks. That's not healthy."
That is not healthy at all. Someone
But see,
better be
now I've got
honest
the
to
point
you.
where I've got like the beanie and the high collar coats. It's gonna be there.
Yeah.
For the next 10 years. I need to get some new suede shoes. That's what'll fade off.
Isn't hair genetics based on your mother?
Yes, primarily, but I've got it from both sides.
Oh
So,
no, you got the double
I'm lucky
whammy.
I
Yeah.
didn't get my mother's.
My dad is bald, and my mom's family is bald. So, whoosh.
Yeah,
My-
you were
I'm
I'm
destined.
lucky enough to not
My
get
mother-
that, but I inherited the gray hair.
My mom got like super thick
very
curly
lucky.
hair.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky I didn't get that. And so did my grandmother too, right up to 96. She ridiculous.
Oh,
All of a sudden, poof, curls.
Mhm.
Wow.
That'll be what it is. If it gets out so long,
my
it
hair's
starts to be
pretty
like
thick.
a wave, but I've never had proper curls, and I'm thankful for that, because I used to keep my hair like down to my shoulders. It was the early 2000s was a bit of a weird time for my hair.
It was a weird time for a lot of people. Don't judge yourself.
Yeah, it wasn't just you.
My hair was just growing then.
No, I got Irish hair on both sides. So it
Yeah,
goes right in my 20s.
The doctor had a midlife
Ouch.
crisis and started dating a teenager, so, you know.
fun.
Yeah. I think there's a picture somewhere on Facebook, I'm looking for it now, of me having classical anime hair for a while, before it ever became popular. There's also a time where I went completely shaved for a while. Because
So handsome.
effectively, I had brain surgery, and then I was like, I really like how this looks. So, hair shape.
A friend of mine shaved his head on purpose, and we discovered that some heads are just not meant to be ever shaved.
Some heads do not have the shape.
Nissa attempted to warn me of this back in the day because she said, as my hairdresser, that my hair had, my skull had like phrenological topography that might prove unsightly. But she did make a deal with me that if I started shaving my head, that I would grow a beard. And ever since then, this has been my look.
Fair
You
enough.
gotta have hair somewhere on your face if you have a shaved head.
It's true. It's
Somewhere
true.
needs to be warm.
There was a bad time. When was this? 2004, where I was doing the whole long fringe but no hair otherwise type of look.
Whoa.
Low back and low top, back and sides, but a long fringe, and I don't understand. What was that? 2006, 2007, 2006.
That's a picture of you, Shepard, on the D&D chat?
No, that's Anakin Skywalker.
That's Hayden Christensen.
I figured as much.
I wish. I wish, buddy.
I mean, yeah. That's what Shepard looks like, even though you're looking at his picture right now.
Should have said yes. I was giving you a compliment, and you should have said yes. God damn it. That's not my
If someone
fault.
asks you if you're a Jedi, you say yes.
It's not my fault.
I'm neither Jedi nor Sith.
Here we go. I'm comfortable sharing this one.
You're like me. You're in the middle.
Oh, are you a Grey? Or are you one of those witches from Darth Maul's planet?
Yes.
The Night Sisters. Yeah, the Night Sisters. Night Sisters of Dathomir.
Dathomir.
No.
That was what I was trying to think of.
Yeah. Frick. What was it? In Star Wars Rebels, I can't remember when it is, but it's after they get the Sith holocron, and they leave it with someone. My brain go burr.
Brain go burr?
Sometimes brain just go burr.
Sometimes
is
brain
not
just go burr.
To my shame, this is not a region of Star Wars mythology with which I am familiar.
Yeah.
I have not seen all of Clone Wars, and I have seen none of Rebels.
You need to finish the Clone Wars.
I've never
especially
seen
the
any of
last
them.
season.
Yeah,
Oh my
all these
God.
gosh darn spin-offs that are happening.
I haven't seen any Clone Wars or Rebels.
Before I started Mandalorian, I made sure to at least finish the Clone Wars.
Mandalorian's really good.
Because like right after I finished the Clone Wars, I started Rebels, but like just the animation threw me off so much that I just didn't want to watch it. And my dad started watching it, and I watched it with him. And I'm like, you know what? It isn't so bad. Let me start watching it.
The animation struck me as a little bit Disney Infinity, but but you know, I do like the character design still.
Definitely, yeah.
Found it. Here we go. Put this in. There we go. Put that in the Dungeons and Dragons live chat. Not quite as bad, but there was also a time where I just kept my hair entirely too short, not realizing just how pronounced my Widow's Peak was. Except it's slightly more off of. It's slightly more pronounced on one side than the other.
I can see that.
Ouch.
So for a few months, I was just going with this, but I was only ever looking at myself from one side because the other side of the mirror was cracked. And then I go to my girlfriend's place at the time, then girlfriend at the time, and I look in her mirror and I go,
Oops.
Oh.
It's not that bad.
It's like Hugo Weaving
mm-hmm.
when he's faced with an army of people who are done up to look like him, and he suddenly realizes that why their hair is styled the way it is.
Yeah. So like it comes it comes way further back on the right than it does on the left, or it did at that time. It slowly receded back into evenness, but what a great time. That can be gone.
Oh, Shepard, you're a handsome person and you fucking know it.
As a
Never
kid, I
denied
always
that. I
wanted
just
that
said some of
short
my
hair.
hair choices have been questionable.
It's presentation.
Yeah, but you
He
still
knows
got.
he knows he's a snack, but plating is important.
Indeed.
It's like fucking catering.
Right? You know, like you watch Chopped or
I'm in the food business, damn it. I know
Yeah,
presentation.
yeah. It's true. Yeah, you gotta present that patso bread.
It's true.
All right. 1 second.
Does anyone want to, given the points of the last two where he's forgotten the time, does someone want to ping or text Mitch?
Right. I should ping him.
Yep.
I was about to start too. I was like, all right, let's do this. And then like, oh, right. Mitch.
Anytime anyone says ping, all that plays in my head is the clip of an M1 Garand exiting.
Exiting.
Understand.
The thing, yes.
The thing.
The
Thing.
thing.
With the
The thing.
stuff?
The stuff, yes. Words.
Ah, too late, Shepard. I right-clicked it. No, I didn't.
I'm just going to hide
It's about
this
to be
for
very
now.
sad.
Yes. Yes, your attempt
Oh,
to scrub
gotta let-
your questionable hair choices has been saved for posterity. No, I didn't.
and he is online. Okay.
Who's online?
My uncle. I told him about I'm in a D&D stream on like Thursdays, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to watch."
Oh, okay.
So I'm letting him know.
You can watch. More than welcome. Come on, Mitch, pick up your phone. He's probably walking his dog. That's what's going on.
Oh, Chevelle
So
just
you're
dropped
saying he's
their
gone
album.
rogue?
Ah ha 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 ha.
I'm so funny.
Oh boy. You calling Mitch? What did I miss?
Did I get my pre-order announcement? I did.
Ooh, what did you pre-order?
Chevelle's new album, which just came out, that American band from Illinois.
Oh.
Narashus just got dropped, so that can go on quietly in the background while we play.
Nice.
I'm waiting for.
Roll 20. That was it. Why
Yes.
did I open this tab? Oh, there it is.
I'm waiting for Losers Weepers to get another record label.
Mm.
They're a little punk rock band in Lafayette.
Oh,
Yeah, just starting. They only got one album out and a single. So, and I met them. I went to their gig at a local bar, and then went to the after party afterwards. They're all really neat and chill.
cool.
Cool.
Would you say they're a keeper?
Definitely.
Keeper. Are you the gatekeeper?
No, I'm the key master.
Alright, Mitch is unavailable.
Ouch.
And everybody else appears to be offline.
Oh,
Awesome.
that's good.
Yes, I think Buck is still Aiden is still shackled by shitty internet.
Unfortunate technical issues, yeah.
Yeah. It works fine on Sundays. I don't get it.
Thursdays.
Yeah, just
like
not
It was
my-
working fine the first Thursdays.
My
Yeah.
VR would work well on
What
Monday
time
through Wednesday,
Time
and then it would crap out on Thursday.
Ah, we're cursed! That's it! It's a 3.5 Geeks curse!
What time is your sessions on the Sunday?
3 to 7.
Because I'm just thinking, right now is like prime time, right? And if he lives in an area
Yeah.
with a lot of high congestion, then
Yeah.
you know, because that's
Mhm.
I've got a friend in Arkansas who has the exact same problem. Any time between like around 6 to 10 p.m., they can't do anything.
Hmm.
That's what they get for pronouncing their state wrong.
Yeah, you say the other word there, and you're gonna get shot.
Yeah, because Arkansas applies the possibility of a D Kansas.
Well, there, Kansas.
Yeah, it's Arkansas, but we wish it was someone else's.
Damn. Cold.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It do be.
You're rolling a doobie? What?
No, I'm not that nimble.
Oh. Wow. Alright, so, does anyone want to recap what happened last time?
Last time we made the big bad robots go bing bang boom. We
You beat your
searched.
left poop.
We searched the good old room to find naught but a magical painting, which was opened with a mysterious key that took us to a dimension of labyrinthian stairs, where the air seemed to have been getting thinner, or people were struggling to breathe. So we took a rest in a magic mansion,
Yes.
or was it Dimensional Gate? Magic Mansion.
It's a
It was a
dimensional...
magnificent
Found it.
mansion.
Magnificent
Yes.
mansion, and found
Yes.
it to be adorned with inflatables and clowns on unicycles and a ball pit.
Yes.
I think I'm missing something. There was something
I think
else.
I know.
Yeah,
My camera died.
the semi-visible servants
Oh, no.
Yes, there we go.
were inspired by 90s cartoon characters.
Yes. There we go. Excellent. It was pretty much a
Here
combat
we go,
and
save the
return
day.
session.
That means help is on the way.
Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, you're not talking about me. Okay, sorry. My bad.
I was for a while thinking it would be nice to
I'm
have.
sorry, dear.
Which
I
cat
was
are you
briefly
petting?
thinking it would be nice to have another source of magnificent mansions,
Yes.
but having seen the opposition,
I need a new realtor.
Yes.
Oh, no, camera go burr.
Contact the elementals.
Cameron go burr, alright. Damn.
Grr.
The yeah, just call Ty Pennington. Give his magnificent mansion an extreme makeover. That'll be fun.
Oh my god, you're working with these drapes. Honey.
I used to have such a crush on Ty Pennington.
I can see why.
I don't even know who it is.
I didn't even know I wasn't straight at that point. I was just like, huh.
He's still alive, isn't he? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah, still doing ultimate makeovers.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah,
You're cool.
his it wasn't that, but one of his other shows got big over here. Trying to think. Trading Spaces,
Yes.
which apparently has started has been renewed.
Yeah,
Revived?
revived.
Here we go.
You good? Oh, no. Blink. Blink.
Son of a glob.
Why is this us? Why is
Well,
this
what about
us?
the wife of the globe? And the women of the globe and the children too.
The daughter of a glove.
I hate sand.
It gets everywhere. It's
Sounds
coarse and
It
rough.
gets everywhere.
Moonlight
Good on
Neatery.
channels. We are good enough. That's great.
Maybe another USB port. If there is another one.
You can dream. Oh, it's the
Don't mind
rhubarb. What are we not minding?
Oh, just some tape that fell. Here
I
we
mean,
go.
I mine for gold.
I mine for diamonds.
How I mine for fish.
Oh, I mine for. What a dated reference.
You still got it. That means you're old.
I'm old and I didn't get it.
Ah ha ha.
That
Could
means
just
he's
mean
even
you're
older.
culturally inclined.
Maybe I'm just too old.
Maybe I'm just blind.
That.
Maybe
I was
I'm
still in
just
hibernation when you were but a boy. So my father told me.
All right. So, you.
That makes a surprising amount of sense.
It does.
Really does.
Maybe my mind it works differently.
Just built different.
Built different, better, stronger. But we don't want to spend a lot of money.
Nothing's better, stronger, because Daft Punk broke up. Never again can anything be better, faster, harder, stronger. It's
Yeah, that's
just-
true. That's a really good song.
Unless it's a remix.
Yeah, unless you're watching Tron.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. We spent the night, whatever time you rested at this wonderful but awful mansion.
Wonderfully
Love
awful.
it.
Too many clowns.
Hey, kids!
Krusty. No.
The Sith 3's a crowd, and there's already 4 of us here. We didn't need a whole mansion more of them.
I don't know. You know what this really needs? More clowns.
No. You start putting clowns in here, and I'm gonna start slashing.
Yeah, no, there's no actual.
Here come the clown.
There might be a couple of clowns in here, but no, it's not a predominant element of his decorating tastes. He's not coulrophobic, but he respects those who are.
Yeah. So.
What the hell is that thing?
It was a cat.
No.
Oh.
The cat.
I was gonna look for my dagger to give as a reference for what I have.
Dagger.
Yes, my throwing dagger.
I mean, most of you probably can't see this, but
Since your camera's on, no, I can't.
only the live stream can.
I can't watch you
still-
twice.
Oh,
I'm
he's
still
showing
switching
his he's showing his Schwartz sword.
Yeah.
Sword.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
His parrying blade, one might call it, due to its size.
Yeah, it's a little rusty now, though. But I got it for like $20, and it's actually made with fucking Christ, what is it made with? High carbon steel.
Ooh.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
So yeah, it can
Take
cut.
that and use it.
It can cut
It's
really
done.
well. One stab will probably do you in pretty good.
Yeah, if you get tetanus.
Ha 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 ha. Tetanus? I hardly knew it. That's terrible.
I hardly know us. Because it's got a tetanus. I hardly know us. It's got to have the same ending sound. And anyway,
Matt.
Hey, you're the one who said animals all have to start with the same letter.
I never said had to. I expressed a preference, and I was grateful that you folks rolled with it.
Anyways.
I just noticed a pattern, and liked that the pattern continued.
It's getting awkward.
My sheet. There is my sheet.
All right, so
In character. Let's go back in character.
yeah,
What are you all doing?
Once you awaken, the kitchen is the kitchen is populated with food, so that you made breakfast. There's a decent variety of foods available, but there seems to be an inordinate number of chili dogs. And it's like the main course. The primary thing that they're offering for breakfast is chili dogs. Just
I will try a chili dog.
okay, excellent.
Seeing the Percival do so, I will do the same.
And while he's taking a bite of his own chili cheese onion string monstrosity, and dabbing at his muzzle with a cloth napkin in feigned gentlemanliness.
Oh, good. He's got cloth napkins. I knew this place was civilized, despite the appearances.
It's just enough civilization to provide cognitive dissonance. Like going to the Cheesecake Factory and seeing all of their design schemes clashing. But so yeah, as he chooses to muse, and he muses
As he chooses. Indubitably.
Indubitably. So, do we do we have something remotely approaching a plan?
No.
I mean,
No.
we could hypothetically, wander in crazy stairs forever and not find our way. And I would prefer instead to do what we came here to do. Does anyone have like any kind of navigational magic or what have you, so that we could like at least have a fixed point we could circumnavigate the maze from?
The bird, very much confused by this chilly dog and pecking at its intermediaries, decides to pipe up and say, I don't know much about magics, but we have these, and flaps his wings, whereby the rustling of feathers would bring a point of contention where if we need to know where to go, why don't we just follow the flow of the air for this orb that you so seek?
Makes a valid
It was
point.
fairly poetically said.
Right, yeah, okay. I like the way you think.
He just nods his head and continues to peck at this strange...
Birdman, you are not a bird brain.
I hope to differ, since birds navigate is a very facet of their existence.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Okay. If we're gonna poke holes in all of my jokes, I'm sitting here printing money. I'm handing you pure gold, and you're just coming at me with science. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we use the Zephyr method of navigation. We use the wind, the breeze to feel our way through.
To the Orb of Air, that makes sense.
Yeah, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we may have to like do some experimenting to determine whether the air is moving towards the orb or away, but we'll get there. My next question is, how do we breathe?
Could be tricky.
Because that was an issue. It takes a lot to give a flying species altitude sickness, but ooh.
The bird will once again pipe up and question, didn't you turn into water once?
Oh.
This strange beastly creature that went through the tunnels.
Well, no, I became an octopus to navigate those tunnels, but I am, in fact, capable of becoming an elemental for brief but semi-extended periods.
Become like
shoot.
me, I can breathe.
Could you perhaps quantify brief but sort of extensive?
Certainly, I can articulate that more precisely. Yeah, one moment, Jim.
One moment while I pull up the player menu.
Yes, while I upload that particular synaptic engram.
Pray that you do not become desynchronized.
I have an errand to run. I'll be back in like 30 minutes at the most.
Okay.
All right.
We shall miss you.
Yep. Just don't kill me.
Will do. We'll kill you. I mean, don't kill you.
Cannons, they're in.
Oh my god.
You want me to kill him? What?
He was dropped down the stairs?
Oops.
How monstrous!
How many stairs?
He was dropped up
Over
All of them?
1,000.
like
Up the stairs,
Oh
down
my
the stairs,
God!
back out the corridor.
Exactly.
Is your stuff failing to load as well?
No. Just apparently I have lost the ability to type today.
I've done that many times. It's
A
my
PDF that's
existence.
taking the last 40 minutes to try and load fully.
What?
My backstory isn't that complete.
Oh, I should grab Erica.
Tell her I said hi.
Crom will be offended. That's not nearly as dangerous as Erica being offended.
Yes. Which one of us do you really need to worry about?
Me personally, Erica.
For a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down.
That'd be 9. Oh no,
Yes.
druid level. You have some other levels in there.
Yes, it would be 8 hours. Because he has 17 levels of druid, 1 level of wizard, and the druid levels rounded down to 8, then halved. If I am able to take a short rest during the period in which I am transmogrified, metamorphosed into the water creature, then I will regain my ability to take that form, and should thereby thereafter immediately be able to resume that form once it elapses.
The bird simply nods but asks his question again. So does that mean you can become like me?
I could, actually, hypothetically. I mean, I do have wings of my own, but using the 9th level spell Shape Change, I can assume the form of any species I've encountered. Given a certain power level, yours, absolutely. I wouldn't necessarily be as strong as you, but I would resemble you, at least in terms of physiognomy.
He simply nods his head and reiterates, because I can breathe out there. Points towards the oddly shaped inflatable door.
Yes, that. Unfortunately, that would only help yourself and myself were I to assume a form not unlike your own. However, your suggestion of taking the form of an elemental does get me thinking. If it is air, if it is atmosphere that is being extruded, it is being drawn away, then if I assume watery form and you folks are rendered capable of breathing water, then instead of having to asphyxiate in the sparsely pressured environment, you could instead take a breath of my hydrodermis, hold your breath, and then come back for another breath once your lungs are depleted.
The bird looks at him, then just turns to Percival, completely baffled.
He can turn to water and then we can breathe him.
Yes, precisely. I did just say that.
I can breathe water?
Or air.
We have items that enhance one's ability to breathe water. Because normally, for most of us, that's a very negligible ability. And often leads to drowning.
Quaint.
That
being said, I have not yet prepared my spells for the day, and I could prepare the spell of water breathing. If there are those in your number who do not have accoutrements and accessories that permit such.
I've still got a bunch left over from the whole sea visit.
Oh, excellent. Good.
Hats of water breathing.
Oh.
Yeah. Since hats are not a expendable resource when used for this purpose, and spells are.
Yes.
Just nodding along.
My spell of water breathing lasts for, I believe, 24 hours. But if the hats are a sustainable resource, as you say, and do not have a time limit upon them, then by all means, let us utilize those.
So you turn into you're going to turn into a water elemental and then going to use hats of water breathing? Is that what I'm hearing?
Appears to be still.
That is about the approximate mass and volume of what we are proposing. Yes,
Or at least they are. As far as I'm correct from last time, you said I would be able to breathe fine here.
For now.
For now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yes.
I see you.
You are presently at an altitude with which you are acclimated or accustomed. But if we
Erica chimes in. It is an orb of air.
yeah, if we traverse further into a simulated exosphere, then you may not be able to draw enough breath, and you may be glad of some respite from watery nature.
As we discovered, the power of the orbs are literally unknown.
Seems to be everything concerned with the element.
Yes, but we don't know how much power they have.
A lot.
Oh yes.
Exactly. And if we can if the water orb spews out water and the earth orb just keeps making more earth, what do you think the air can do?
The fire orb certainly made more fire.
Yeah. I think it would make more air. It probably can control said air. Because, well, if you look at the orb of time and the orb of the dark orb and all that, they seem to be pretty in control of their abilities.
Yeah.
Guys hear me?
Hey, Mitch.
Yes.
Hey, Mitchell!
Jesus.
Hey, what up?
Perhaps you have a hat of hearing.
What was that?
What? What's the matter?
My dog, and it's made out of pig pizzle. I didn't know what pig pizzle was, but I do now, and I'm kind of feel weird just sitting here holding the pig pizzle while my dog chews on it. But that's what's going on.
Okay. Why were you late to game today? I'm just curious. Sounds like you're making up an excuse.
Jesus, look at that. So, I hate excuses.
Just be honest. I don't care. Just say what you gotta say.
I mean, I coffee and I made my drink and I came upstairs and dropped him off and I went back down to get Rogue and then I came back up and it took me till 6 or 7 after to get there, and then the rest of the time was just me Don't you swallow that whole. Trying to. Yeah, I was trying. It takes forever for my computer to boot up. It was frozen when I got up here, and I rebooted it, and then I got into it just took. My computer hates Discord, so
Yeah.
Honesty,
it just
love
took
it.
time, and I'm sorry.
And if even if you just forgot, I would have been like, all right, I get you.
Yeah, I can definitely sympathize with
I
the
didn't.
the slow boot up because my computer takes forever to reboot these days. Considering how often I seem to have to do it, it's
Reboot.
yeah.
Well, I took mine to the store to be looked at, and wound up coming home with a new computer.
Oh,
What?
It was on sale. It was a very good price.
Okay. How much?
Sales are at
Because-
one point.
$479.
All right. Not bad.
And that was getting the step up model with more RAM,
Nice.
because my other computer, even when it wasn't broken, was struggling to do all the things I wanted it to do at once.
Yeah, RAM. I mean, CPU and RAM are important for that aspect.
I got an i5 chip instead of an i3 chip, which the old one has.
i5 better. It don't go burr as often.
No, don't go boom as often.
That's true too. It don't go boom either.
So I was able to take all my files from the old computer and have it up long enough to move them to my backup drive.
Nice.
And once my
Wow.
new computer is finished charging
That's-
and will
that's
actually
rare.
start,
Yeah.
well, because it was a software fault in the browser mostly. I got a stupid malware.
I tend to run my computers until they don't move anymore, and at that point you can't really back anything up. So I have to back things up ahead of time.
I had a backup already on the backup drive, but it was like the back everything up at once. And I wanted to be able to unback several specific files in specific places.
You got to save the porn library.
Most of that's on the other backup drive. Though I'm losing all my porn bookmarks.
Oh,
That's okay. It's a thriving industry. There's bound to be more to be found.
oh, indeed.
Of course, everyone's like, bring back the porn.
It accounts for 68% of all internet hype. There's enough out
You
there.
copy the URL of the stuff you like, and you email it to yourself, and then you've always got it. It's in the cloud.
So to catch up, Mitch, we're planning on wearing helms of water breathing and dipping into Matt's watery body elemental style to get past this atmosphere of sheer death.
It's not a clean solution, but I can't think of a better one.
Well, unless the van has an air conditioning button.
Well, I've got barbarian skin and a cloak of the manta ray, so I should be set.
If we put the van in
You stay up there, fine.
in a helm of water breathing, now hear me out here, and wrap it up, and then put that inside the elemental, you'll be able to breathe.
I think if we get in the van and shrink it down and just put the whole van in there.
Yeah,
But someone has to be on the outside.
Yeah,
the
so
elemental's on the outside.
Yeah, the air elemental, yeah.
But you would have to shrink it beforehand,
The
then
helm,
transform
yes.
it to the elemental.
he's shrunk it before.
Yeah, then I would
We
take
put the helmet
take the
on one
elemental form.
person. If we put the helmet on one person, and then we shrink down the car and put the car in that person's mouth.
Not to have any disregard of faith or anything, when you turn into the water elemental, and then something happens to you and you untransform, it would dislodge us all. And then if you die during that moment, we would be shrunk forever, and until someone stumbles upon us.
Yes, that would indeed be a complication. I would like to point out for the record that this line of reasoning was not of my suggestion. I was suggesting more along the lines of those of you remaining
No offense.
outside.
I couldn't resurrect you, and you're. That would be, it would be different. Yeah, you're too big.
You need to.
Do I actually?
Go ahead. Well, I was going to say if you turn into a blue whale, then we wouldn't have to shrink the van at all.
But it would be bigger than the stairs. Did you see how small those stairs are? To a whale?
How could a whale climb the stairs?
that would, in theory, provide sufficient containment, but it would also limit my navigability. Whereas a water elemental is somewhat amorphous and is capable of manipulating its form such that it can move at the same speed across land as one of you humanoids. At least one of those of you of average speed.
I could turn some of us ethereal. I'm not precisely clear on the intersection between etherealness and breathing air.
Oh, an ethereal realm. It's your there's no really no air.
What we want to use.
There's no really no air. I'm making it up. Shut up. You don't, when you enter an ethereal thing, you don't really need to breathe air, so that makes sense. Because technically you don't. You're in a corporeal form.
Okay.
You have the knowledge. That's why I'm giving it to you.
Oh yeah, they did cover that in school.
Mm.
I think somebody explained to me what was going on, but I don't remember hearing it. I feel really bad about that.
Okay.
When we left off at the end of last session, we defeated the bad guys. We stepped through a portal hidden in a painting, and we entered a MC Escher-esque space of stairs that climbed the walls and went across the ceiling and defied gravity, possibly moved around like Hogwarts. And simply flying through the space proved impossible because of walls of force. So we took the stairs and we attempted to locate our goal, but we discovered in the process that the air was getting thinner. So rather than asphyxiating, Clix used his spell slot to cast his own version of Mordecai-9's Magnificent Mansion. And we are sort of hanging out in there while we plot our next move. Right now, we are discussing various options to retain our ability to breathe should the air become even thinner. One suggestion involves
water. It was a water element.
Say that again.
Sorry, I got confused. I thought we were. I thought we were dealing with an aquatic situation, but apparently that's not the case. We are instead dealing with thin air.
The aquatic element was suggested as a way to bypass our dependency on an oxygenated atmosphere, an oxygen-rich atmosphere.
Like a fucking Guyver maneuver.
I don't know enough about Guyver to
I get it now.
attest that reference, but I noticed in the write-up, the stat block for water elemental, that when someone is grabbed and shoved within the watery body of the elemental, they can't breathe unless they can breathe water. So if they can breathe water, they can breathe within the water elemental. Therefore, if we step out of here and Elion becomes a water elemental and y'all can breathe water, you can breathe him to hold your breath in between taking breaths of the thin air. There's also the option.
That is a really smart move.
Thank you.
I like
There's also the option of utilizing the van's own internal atmosphere, but as has been pointed out, flying directly from point to point is not possible because of said force walls. So we might, just have to drive following the stairs, in which case we'd need to be small, in which case someone would need to stay outside the van to shrink it. Are stuck in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids mode forever. Percival has also suggested turning at least some of us into astral ethereal form, so that we would not require material air. I'm not as knowledgeable about astral physics, so I couldn't say if there were drawbacks or whatever to that, but that does seem like a pretty cool way to bypass some of our limitations here.
Does anyone actually know how the ethereal plane works?
Yes, Mordecai
I do.
All right, tell me.
Okay, so according to the Guide to Faerun, which is the primary port unless Forgotten Realms overrides, which it does not in this case, there are 5 features that build the ethereal plane. 1, there is no gravity, but only with a definitive down direction if you are wishing to travel. It moves along normal time. You become an alterable morphic. If you find something to alter that is within both planes, you can do so from the ethereal plane. It is precisely 0 on NAB, which means that there's no neutral alignment there. There is no alignment there. It is true neutral, so anything you do there will not have any effect on the material plane in terms of darkness versus light, etc., etc. And all spells and abilities will work as usual, but not affect the material plane. Breathing is not covered.
Yeah,
specifically as an intrigue.
I don't think you need to breathe there.
Yeah, but however, since Thought Slayers survive there and they do breathe, it would be implied that there is a breathable atmosphere.
Oh yeah, it would be a different plane, but I don't think the ethereal plane will be on top of this plane.
Yeah, what I'm going to say is it's a tricky one because the spell Manifest Breath literally exists so that you can get a breathing spell to permeate the ethereal plane. But it's meant to work parallel to the existing. However, the way that Ethereal Jaunt works, that was since replaced by the gate spells. A 7th level cleric, it would allow you to pass through all things and become magic missile-like, which very much suggests that you are immune to the atmosphere, so to speak, or if there is one, it is permeable, which is ideal for us.
Because turning ethereal makes you enter the ethereal plane, right?
Yeah, I'm reading
but the ethereal plane has its own solids and such just on that plane.
Yeah, I'm reading the etherealness spell now, and it does say you ignore all objects and effects that aren't on the ethereal plane. So hypothetically,
if that air orb isn't affecting it, then fingers crossed.
You hope.
We pray.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking that the ethereal plane wouldn't be over this plane.
It might not be. This is a weird, undefined space that we're in. Or undefined to us.
Yeah, that's true.
If
If we are in a subdimensional pocket, its relationship to the ethereal plane, cosmologically speaking, may not be the same as the prime material plane. Hi, buddy. Hi. I know.
I'll take it from this. There's 2 points to Toriel, which is where we sit. You've got the celestial plane and the fiendish plane off the side, and on the celestial side you have the ethereal, on the fiendish you have the plane of shadows. On the plane of shadows, it has its own atmosphere. Its mirror is the ethereal for the celestial gate, which allows you to access the elemental planes of air, water, and energy.
I'm very aware.
This is where you have to pick and choose for your own world, though, because Nashik has no atmosphere, which is fiends, and Dwarfholm has its own atmosphere that is variable on deep pressure. That's on the celestial. So if you want to say it is prime material, if you want to say it's Toral Zero, that'll take from the dimensional relativity of the main atmosphere of the world that you're on, not specifically where you are.
Hang on, I got a map of the planes. Oh, here you go. This is the one I'm using. I'll send it in the D&D one. Where's my Discord? Dungeons and Dragons. Where is it? I just had it. Oh, Dragon Drop. Upload.
Yes, the wheel cosmology.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, I'm using the wheel cosmology because I like it a lot.
What's up, Beastguard?
This is one of the odder ones. Effectively, from this one, where's Ethereal? Oh, it's over there. In this one, Ethereal would follow the same rules as Elysium, which has a breathable atmosphere.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily connected to sub-pockets behind paintings.
Yes.
Yeah.
so if you can tell, it covers the Feywild, the Shadow, and the Material, which are the opposites of each other.
The Astral becomes the gate, and the gate follows the rules of the Elysium. That's WOTC version 3 and not Faerun Passivard, which was 2. But that would mean we have a breathable atmosphere if we use this model and not the tutorial tree method.
But we use this one.
So we can breathe! Yay! D&D is great.
It is.
Around
this is some next level research.
Around the material realm, I mean, the outer space is technically still the material realm in my campaign, though. So that's a thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is part of the material plane. Any planets and so forth.
Yeah.
In Ugarth's universe are on the prime material plane. It's just transitioning from there to other dimensions, other planes.
And then outside of that whole giant universe bubble is the border of the ethereal, the Feywild, the Shadow, which mimics all that, and then the other things. It's really big, actually.
Outside all these bubbles is the place I don't want to go back to.
You don't want to go back there. What was it called again, Matt? I know what it's called, but my brain's spacing on it. Get it?
The Phlogiston?
Yeah, the Phlogiston, which is outside the outer realms.
Yeah.
The Phlogiston. Middle of nowhere, where socks get lost.
And great multi-tentacle beings get found.
Yeah, it's breathable, but highly flammable.
Unbalanced. If you say breathable in some parts, yes.
Well, yeah, but once you go to the outer fringes of the phlogiston, as we did, the end of the end of the end of the universe, then there is no phlogiston to breathe as such. But yeah, in the rainbow-colored billowing smoke that occupies the space between spaces. Yeah, we'd be able to breathe, but don't cast fire spells because that could get nasty.
Yep. Also,
Says cast fire spells there.
there's still something sleeping out there that's hungry.
I prefer not to wake it up.
Uh-huh.
It's even the old ones don't dare touch it. It's like, nope, fuck that.
Yeah, okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer. What the fuck, man?
As far as I can tell, it's the end of everything in sentient form.
So we're on good track to make a plan to leave.
Yeah, you're doing really well.
So we don't shortcut through the phlogiston because that's the long way around.
We'll leave George Stahl in his grave. We go the other way.
Could probably take a half-size van and fly it through the stairwells. We could play with etherealness. Why don't we keep etherealness as a backup and go with the hats of water breathing and the friendly neighborhood water elemental?
How big is that water elemental?
It is a large creature, but its stat block describes it as being able to move through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide, and it can occupy another creature's space and stop there. People can share its space. So if people stick their heads in there 1, 2, 3 at a time, they can hold their breath and then be okay for a few minutes until their con modifier ticks down, and then they have to take another breath.
I believe water elementals can absorb 2 entire peoples.
Yes, 1 large creature or up to 2. But that's their entire bodies.
Yes.
So if they're just sticking their heads
Bingo.
into, then like Sonic the Hedgehog breathing an air bubble underwater, then they're, there would be space for significantly more noggins than bodies.
For what it's worth, I'm considered small. As is the Hopkin.
Aarakocrans are considered small?
Yes.
They get to about 5 feet max.
Wow.
My fella's
Cool.
standing at about 4'9".
I did not know that.
Yes.
I thought you were taller than that.
No.
He acts taller than that.
He
does.
does indeed.
He
has a
Forgive
mighty
me.
wingspan that is bigger than that, yes.
Are you familiar, Shepard, with Grant Morrison's time writing the X-Men?
Yes.
Beak had a descendant in an alternate future where Beast got possessed by Sublime and went crazy and tried to take over the world. And I have been sort of picturing Barnell Bohusk or whatever his name was, Beak's descendant with the big metal baseball bat.
Yes.
Yeah, that, not Beak himself, who is kind of scrawny and weird looking, but his American Eagle, broad-shouldered counterpart in the future. I have sort of been picturing along those lines as being your guy. So suddenly discovering that you're actually Wolverine heights.
Yeah, no, he's small
Oh,
boy.
Whiplash! Ah.
Yeah, no, he's small boy.
Yeah. You're 6'1" Wolverine tall.
Yes, I am. Oh boy.
Smalley.
Yeah.
Still taller than the Hopkin.
I mean, you're also taller than Clicks, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, our Cochrans have comically large wings compared to the size of their bodies in some descriptions.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, you're a couple inches taller than Clicks. He's 4'7".
Yeah.
You are shorter than Percy, but his people were bred for height, not flight.
Flight height?
You know what would be cool? You know, you're reminding me of Beacon. I'm just thinking it'd be really neat if I could retract my wings.
That would be cool.
You know what'd
It
be
would
cool?
eliminate some of the comedy.
You would be cool.
It
Wait.
would also be useful if I had a titanium baseball.
Okay, now we have a shopping list. We can work with this.
Alright.
Anyone got any coupons?
Coupons?
We have Aladdin's Cave. We're all set.
We are indeed.
Not only do we buy magic items at the secret market, we pay retail.
Retail. Full retail
'cause-
place?
It's degrading to haggle like somebody who doesn't actually have money.
Right. Alright. So, are we going with this plan? The water plan? Is that your definitive plan?
Well, it is our first step, I think. The first thing that we are going to try. And if something goes wrong, we have etherealness as a backup. And we can also in a pinch inflate the van and clamber in there for refuge.
Or cast another magnificent mansion.
Or cast another magnificent mansion, which we can do now because our spell slots have been replenished. We now have 2.
When we try to escape and end up in the Dragon Eye.
Clicks,
I don't
however,
know.
should keep an 8th level slot for etherealness because that will take 3 people with him.
Okay, so Clicks does not know etherealness. He doesn't have access to that spell because bards have spells known, not spells prepared. Let me see if Elion can prepare it. Alright, control weather. Is his current prepared 8th level spell. No, it's 7th level. Excuse me.
Yes, it's a 7th level spell.
It's a 7th level spell, but you want me to prepare it as at a higher level.
Well, I want you to keep an 8th level slot.
Right. So
you
I
can
can cast it on
it
more
8.
people.
Yes.
Okay.
How many of us are there, by the way?
6.
With Mitch and
7.
Hopkins, 5.
Okay.
Right. I am afraid that I cannot provide etherealness. I apologize. It is not a druid spell. He is not a high enough level wizard to cast it, and that is not a spell that Clicks has.
Only sorcerers and wizards cast that spell usually.
Bard, cleric, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. Yeah, his 7th level spell is Mordecai Knight's
Sorry,
Magnificent
I'm not
Mansion, and his 8th level spell is Glibness, so that's mostly, it's something he could easily replace with Etherealness if he had it, but he doesn't. And it's not a spell he chose when last he leveled. Sorry.
Maybe if when you level next time you can do it.
Yeah, because we're likely to be in this situation again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know.
I don't know.
We're missing a gym.
Oh.
Jim is experimenting with his power supply to try and get the setting that will charge my phone.
Well, as long as you get a steady supply. See that coat? I mean, see that sweatshirt on Matt's background? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of ours made that. It was amazing.
Nice.
Also, there's an orange cat.
I see that.
Indeed.
Yeah, we used to have the 3.5 Geeks swagger when we were more active, but because COVID.
Yeah.
Less active.
I wear that hoodie every day now, man.
Nice. Sporting the brand.
Yep.
I got people that want to buy it, but I don't know. I haven't put forward putting in production on that. It takes money to do that.
It's true. Especially since we no longer have a connection in a shirt printer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the shirt printer I know is out of the shirt printing business.
Yeah.
COVID, man.
Well, apparently a large portion of his business was sports teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that local sports franchise?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
they're my favorite.
Let's talk about the Belichicks. There we're playing, right?
Lord.
You see those Belichicks? I will advise, since we have went from 4 cameras to 2, myself and Matt are not in very
I know.
positions.
I know, I'm aware. And I didn't
Matt is all but a mouth and I am but a nose.
But the moment I start fixing it...
Are you saying I don't have a pretty mouth? That's fine, you don't have to answer that.
I choose not to answer that. Because it'll just go to weird places.
Yeah, that's probably wise. Thank
Fair
you.
enough. Is that better? Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
We
So
have
yeah,
more face. This is nice.
my brain keeps going. It's only one day to more WandaVision, and then my brain goes, "Oh God, it's only one day until no more WandaVision." Ah!
See, I knew it.
Yep.
Whatever.
My little nerd brain is currently experiencing that particular flavor of dissonance. All right.
Flavor. What kind of flavor?
Yeah, it's sort of sour cream and onion.
Away from WandaVision since before it started.
Sorry, say that again, Jim.
I've been completely away from WandaVision since before it started.
Same.
Yeah, I have yet to start it.
I haven't kept up with any shows.
It is better than it has any right to be.
Yeah, a lot of people keep saying that to me, but
Yeah.
I can't find the time to watch it. And it's not that I don't want to. It's that I know if I watch it now, having heard all the good things about it, and it's not presently finished, I will be sad that I have to wait. I do not do well with currently airing things.
Well, the last episode is tomorrow, so
Well, then after then I shall binge.
yes, binge away, good sir.
Now, is that
In the meantime, you can watch
Is that
Julie and
the
the
last-
Phantoms.
Is that
What?
the last episode for now, or the last episode for good?
You don't
It
know.
is a miniseries. It is not planned to have a second season. It is a self-contained storyline. There will be ramifications spinning off from this series in the next slate of Marvel movies. Particularly, it's meant to tie directly in with Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness, and which is then supposed to connect with Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is the third Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. Because Doctor Strange is meant to carry over into that as well.
I want to see the next Doctor Strange movie because I really like
Yeah,
that.
I want Doctor Strange too.
Sam Raimi, guys.
I am not
I don't
so
know who that
much.
is.
I'm not so much thrilled about another Tom Holland film. Not because I don't like Tom Holland Spider-Man, mind you, but I feel like they didn't do him nicely in Far From Home.
Yeah, that was
It was an odd movie.
yeah. It definitely had kind of a sophomore slump to it.
It took all of his intelligence that we were shown in the build-up and everything and just went, aha, he's lost his tingle and can't do Spider-Man things and is kind of a little bit of a dum-dum until the final hour, yay, which just didn't sit Spider-Man or true to the Holland character of curious intrigue to me.
Yeah,
I felt
It-
like
it-
he
it-
was
it-
portrayed
it
well.
it did sort of parallel the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2
Mhm.
in the sense that Tobey was struggling with power issues throughout his iteration of that. That
Tried too hard with the comedy for the spider, the Peter tingle.
yeah,
Tried too hard.
yeah.
My Peter Tingle.
Hurt me. Like, I love Holland's portrayal, I do, because it's a spunky
Brilliant.
kid who's like thingy. It's very much Earth 217 Spider-Man, who was literally just a child who was some chemical particle genius with the whole machine thing, and he was just like, yay, this is great, but realizing we're once again on a tangent and we need to get out of this magical mansion.
It's
I was just thinking, he got stuck in a house and had to find his way out and did a big murder mystery. Great comic. We need to know this.
I blame the thin atmosphere. We're not thinking straight, and the fact that we are literally stuck in a maze is setting us on tangents because it just stare tangents, verbal tangents. All right,
It's
but
a
yes,
theme.
Elion will use a bonus action to assume the form of elemental wild shape, and take the form of a large water elemental. If he needs to prepare water breathing before he does so and cast it before he does so, please let me know. But I got the impression that we had enough artifacts to hand out with swag bags to go around for everyone breathing water.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 9 hands of water breathing.
Not bad.
It's a good number.
All I can
Good-
picture
good
is
thinking.
Clicks going, form of water elemental.
And then
That's the nice thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Ilion has the powers of both Wonder Twins.
Yes, because he can turn into animals and he can turn into water.
Too bad you don't got 2 rings to do that with.
Yeah. But yeah,
Fist yourself.
Clicks immediately polymorphs himself into a tiny pale chimpanzee.
It would help if I knew what he was mocking. Because I know Clicks enough to know that he's mocking something. He's doing it subtly, and he's doing it with expert level skill.
Is he called Alvin by any chance?
Possibly. Oh. I always get him confused with Beppo the Super Monkey, but I know they're different characters.
Episode? Oh, go ahead.
What were you saying?
But yeah. Go ahead, Mitch.
Oh, I remember maybe one of you guys can help me out. I remember that there was a hilarious episode of Harvey Birdman with the Wonder Twins where Jace did something criminal or maybe killed himself. I don't remember because
I know what you're talking about, but it's so long ago I don't remember the details.
I never watched Harvey Birdman.
I remember
Sorry.
he was really.
Funny
I remember
shit.
he was really depressed because his power, her power was like, oh, I can change into any animal, and his power was I can change into water or ice.
Any water. You
And
could-
sometimes a container.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like bucket.
Yeah. Like if we had Jace here
I will return
and they
momentarily.
did the Wonder Twins thing, he could turn into a bucket of water for us to interrogate someone with.
But we don't.
No, he's not here.
All right. Jesus Christ. So you're in the
We've
water
got a water
elemental form.
elemental. That's
So I've just figured out that his dad was a high-level druid. Or his mom.
Where's Mom?
You figure. All right, Matt turns into a water elemental. Well, one of Matt's characters.
Still me.
Jim hands out water breathing caps.
And we've determined that he has 8 hours in this form, but if one of those hours is spent resting, he can immediately short rest. You can immediately wild shape again.
Cool. What about the navigation? You guys want to mention something about that? You wanted to do something about that.
We determined that we could attempt to find our way by the airflow.
Oh, right. I forgot. I knew that too. Fuck. It just went out of my brain.
And I suspect Click is getting some balls from the ball pit to put into the elemental.
Because the only person that could feel the airflow would be...
Maybe.
The only person that could ever feel airflow would be the water elemental, whomever that is.
That's Leon. But
As long as you're in the Elion itself, which is weird.
Shepard would hypothetically be attuned to such things as well, given the fact that he has wings to like feel the air currents with his feathers and so forth. He could hypothetically make perception checks to feel that as well.
Okay.
Just that's what our thinking was. That's what Shepard suggested when we initially discussed this.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, I'll break out the druid cantrips and see what I can do with it.
Yes. If nothing else, you could like create a small puff of air or flower petals and see which way they float.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or thistles. Thistle down.
Ooh. I'm down with thistles.
All right.
I don't quite get the point.
Nah. I'll ask Heather.
All right. So, everyone but Shepard's not going in then. For now.
For now.
Right?
Not for now.
Okay.
Well, they don't necessarily have to keep their heads lodged in me, but they could stick their heads in, take a breath, kind of reset their drowning counter.
Yep.
And
we are trying to keep as much of his body clear as possible because of his feathers.
Okay.
you don't want to get your wings wet. You won't be able to fly. You're not a duck.
So it's like climbing a mountain, pretty much. And you're using Elion as a tank of oxygen, just unlimited almost.
Basically, yeah. 8 hours of air for the whole party.
But if you remember, the Goblin King only gave us 9 hours and 23 minutes.
And then he did that thing where he fucked with the clock. That wasn't fair. I don't care what your basis for comparison is.
I always said to leave then, friends.
I think we are.
Never get around to.
Don't everyone rush to the door at once.
I go to the door, take a deep breath, and head out.
Clix's watery form will slosh after him. Elion's watery form will slosh after him, and Clix will take a moment, pop open one of the inflatable pieces of furniture, draw a breath from its contents, and hold that breath as he strides outside.
And the bird just ruffles his feathers and walks right out behind you guys. For all intents and purposes, for now, being okay.
Yeah. And everyone's wearing caps of water breathing or cloaks of the manta ray as need be.
All right.
The bird will be wearing a hat because a cloak would be problematic.
Yeah. We don't have cloaks of the manta ray to hand out, but Mitch happens to have one from our adventure water.
Manta rays are known for their wrestling.
It's true. It's true. Manta ray Mysterio.
I was waiting for.
So, y'all
I
venture out.
gesture at the Birdman ahead of us.
Yes.
Y'all venture out.
Nobody got that one?
Here you mentioned what?
I said they're definitely way tougher than crocodiles. And
No, I don't get that one.
I don't have enough wrestling lore. Or crocodile lore.
no, it has to do with, the crocodile hunter.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Oh, too soon.
All right.
yes.
There he is.
Because Ray killed Steve Irwin when hundreds and hundreds of crocodiles did. Yes. Okay.
All right. There he is. Now I'm going to take my 2 fingers, sneak up right up, and put it up his bunghole. Okay. What the fuck?
Oh, my aching cloaca. All right.
Wildly won this one.
You make that sound so unfun.
So we step out into the thin air.
I tried to get to that point, but then I got distracted. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. We're outside. We're in the thin air. We're on the stairway.
Yes.
Stairway to heaven. Sorry.
Or the other place.
Yeah.
And I am rustling my feathers, attempting to see if I can discern any noticeable currents for us to follow. Up, down, left, right, into the aether or beyond.
The air is dead.
The air is...
It does not move. It's not very pleasant. If you were to reek right now, it would not carry because there's nothing to carry it. Well, the only way you can ever smell someone, it would be like that really smell bad is actually be up right on them. Oh yeah, you haven't showered in a while. Jeez. Well, in this place, at least the barbarian smells. Yeah, it doesn't smell. kind of thing. Hey, Mulligan.
Yo, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Finally got Discord working.
Excellent.
Discording to you.
So I ruffle my feathers and look towards the swirling mass of water and the night friend and say, "We seem to be lost."
In outer space. No.
No one can hear you.
That's it.
Hear you
We seem to
scream
be
in
lost.
space.
And he's ruffling his wings a
Space!
little to make the point that there's nothing there.
Space. I'm in space.
Navigation method 1 has failed us.
Alright, we're screwed. We're totally screwed. We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die. Game over, man. Game over.
Okay. So, Nate, if I remember things correctly, we had one choice of where to go when we came in.
Yep.
Several others visible but behind force field.
Yep. There's stairs
And we
everywhere going.
Haven't left that path.
Nope.
We went
So
down in a bit, but definitely went down.
Yes. So I start leading us down further.
Like, we have to pick a direction. So we might as well pick one. Down is as
Forward.
good a direction as any.
There's no
Oh,
way up.
There's only two directions, and we came from one. It
Yeah.
ends in a painting.
Oh my god, what is my password?
Your
Waffle
password is
House.
password.
Ah, yes. That used to be my password when I was like 8 years old. Except it had numbers and different letters and capitalizations and stuff.
I
So it
didn't
wasn't
need
strictly
a
just
password when I was 8 years old.
Neither did I.
I added a cap of water breathing to Clix's inventory. Thank you, Jim.
I did, but what was it? It was a Ceros, and you only had a 7-character limit. There wasn't a mouse. And you had to put that in, and then have to have a secondary floppy drive slot to actually do the program that was reading the passwords so that you could access the main floppy disk, which then required you to swap it out again 2 minutes later to a tape. Welcome to the IBM Axios or something like that.
Wow.
I remember my first Mac, you had to keep swapping the disk between the one with the system on it, the one with the program on it, and the one with the data on it.
Yeah. That was
When my dad was in
I'm
college,
glad I never got to experience
he used
that.
punch cards.
Me too.
Now you just have a little badge. Beep.
No,
Punch cards.
you know, not to punch on a time clock, but literally to run a computer. There were
Yes.
different
Yes.
cards with holes punched in them.
Absolutely, I know.
those were the
You had to punch out the holes and you feed it to the computer so the computer understands the binary that you're doing basically and would understand it and then give you whatever results to like print it out or something. Whatever you needed it to do. Mainly
Yeah,
to print text out.
and you'd only ever have one of two models. You'd either have the Jacquard one that that was like really, really tall, or the IBM one that was really, really wide.
Yes. Most people remember the IBM one.
Yeah.
That's what I trained on.
It looked like looked like an extended battleship game. That's why. So we're going down. Are we
God damn it,
noticing
you
anything?
distracted me.
Mr. Ryder, have we noticed anything?
No, you follow the stairways down, and you notice some stairs going up, and they just disappear.
They just disappear before our eyes?
Nope,
or
they
like,
just
mystify?
start going up, and then they disappear. There's no more stairs.
Like, as in we can't see them anymore?
They just go up,
Or the
and
stairs just sort of
Is
stop?
that another painting?
it's like the stairs just like stop, kinda.
Okay.
I know it doesn't really make sense, but that's what you're seeing.
So I took it Percival, and I pointed the mystifying stairs, and I was, is that a magic you're familiar with?
Percy shakes his head. Since to him, air is a vital resource. It makes you the only one in the party who can talk.
Indeed.
Except Elyon, who can burble in Aquan.
Yes. And while he doesn't necessarily get the languages of the forms he assumes, he does speak Orin, so he could hypothetically access other dialects of Primordial as well, and generate that with his watery form.
primordial languages can be derived from any being that has a method of speech, and since elementals have just do water elementals have telepathy?
No.
No.
But they can speak Aquan.
Yes.
While Elion does not know Aquan specifically, he does know Orin, which is a related language.
Yeah, he would be able to phrase that then.
Yeah.
So the bird turns his head to the giant watery blob with the same question.
Sorry, what was the question? It's been a minute.
Do you recognize this, Magix? I'm watching stairs disappear before my very eyes.
He will consider this and examine it and make an Arcana check.
Sure.
Arcana. So you're saying the Birdman's on drugs?
That's a narcotic check.
Oh.
A narcotic check? Yes. That is high grade speed. What? That's
not
some
the
good
sequel?
DMC. What'd you get?
I haven't
Oh, sorry.
rolled yet. Sorry.
Oh, that cocaine spliced was baking soda.
He got a 15.
No. You do not. You have no idea what would cause such a spell.
And I
No.
experimentally and carefully expand my wings in both directions, both down and up towards this new path. Do I feel any currents or change in effects?
You do not.
Then I simply shake my head back to them and look to Percy, our glorious leader of direction, who has yet to mislead me.
Yet.
I'm saving it up for a big one.
Yeah, nice. Okay, excellent.
He's
Goals!
saving up for the entry into the nine hells through a piece of paper.
Oopsies!
I was thinking of a Kentucky Fried Chicken, but
And a Pizza Hut.
The Valley of the Shadow of Death, indeed.
All right.
I go to as far as I can advance. Is there a wall in our way?
No, there's just the stairs that starts to lead upwards and vanish.
I start up the stairs.
Start to go up, and as you keep going, you start reaching that very top, and your foot starts to vanish as you slowly step into it, disappearing.
Okay. I will go up another step or two.
You start to disappear, and you realize you're in this just stairs everywhere. You know there's a path to the right, path to the left, one that goes up and goes up the wall, around the corner behind this loop, into another stairs.
I look behind me.
And he would find me lockstep next to him.
And you all start showing up behind you into this. It seemed like a weird style of dimension door-ish, except for it was very smooth transition, you could say.
Okay.
Well, you can do that with a permanent door.
And so you got the one that just goes up corner left and right, and then starts, the right one goes down, then looks like it goes off.
I hold out my arms and look at the Birdman.
And he raises his wings.
Hi, Rogue.
And you do
Right.
not detect.
Guys, I need a minute. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll be right
Do your thing.
back.
You detect nothing of the sort. No movement of the air.
Now, here's a question. English just decided to abandon my brain at a rapid speed right there.
You can feel
Yeah.
it leaving your frontal lobe.
It's the
Yeah,
whole Brexit thing.
Yeah, it kind of just took a moment there. We're going back to Latin.
We
Does my dragon detect anything within a 10 feet radius of it?
no.
On any plane.
Any plane?
On any plane. It has true sight for 10 feet.
There is no other existing plane.
Mm. So
Oh, I
one
don't
could
know
say
what
we
you're
are
talking
effectively locked off.
Yeah,
Hmm.
one could
Intriguing.
say that. Thank
Someone
you,
locked us in a magic
CP.
8-ball.
Thank you, CP Red Mage. I updated it. I didn't realize I hit the online one. Damn you, Twitch.
So, the bird just closes his wings, looks at the squawking dragon, and just shakes his head back again to Percy.
Okay, I will take the most complicated path, the one that goes up and then loops around.
You go up. You start to like literally, just like you're climbing the stairs and going upside down. And then suddenly, as you keep walking, swirl, you notice you go on the other side, going right where you came for before walking upward back to where you started.
Am I in the same orientation I was then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and there was a third option?
Yep. And that one goes to the left.
I will try that.
And as you start going left, it seems like you're still turning left, if that makes sense. It really doesn't make sense, Steve. But
I'm not really expecting this place to make sense.
it really doesn't feel like it has any concept of rules in a way, too. Because it seems like there's gravity, but not really gravity. It doesn't really make sense. Remember that time you went to Phlogiston? It wasn't really making sense, was it?
Nope. And I'd rather not remember that time. We
But
almost
it's
got
that-
our souls eaten several times.
It's that same feeling.
Remember what I was saying about the 9 Hells?
Jeez, that's
Just
the worst
rolled-
feeling.
We just rolled up to dimensional KFC, boys.
Let's go! Let's go!
So does the
Great,
left-hand
I'm hungry.
path take us back to the center again?
No, it seems to actually lead you upside down from another distance where you can see where you started before.
Okay.
I know this
I
place.
gesture everyone to catch up.
Where?
Where what?
Where's the ketchup?
Over by the mustard.
Ah, thank you.
On the chili dogs.
The chili dogs. You put ketchup on your chili dog, man? No.
No, I put Tabasco sauce.
Okay, fair enough. So y'all catch up, and Eric Crocken, buddy,
Yes, buddy?
make me a con save.
Will do, Chief. What's my con? Plus 4.
There's pros and cons, and you ended up with the con.
24.
Nice.
Not 20 plus 4.
Well, you passed. The air. You noticed the air started getting thinner. Your breathing is getting deeper as you're trying to breathe in more air, which does less and less.
At present, I do not relay this fact because I have went to I have been to the Sapphire Herald of the elemental plane of air, and I am used to gasping for my breath. But it would become noticeable to the other party players because, unfortunately, such ego-related Aarakocrans do tend to start snorting rather heavily when they breathe in such a manner. And he is now just looking around, trying to figure out what's going on, albeit very confused, for this is very much out of his depth. Would the dragon experience any negative effects?
No. Not yet.
Okay.
In my opinion, since it comes from the celestial plane, right? It's familiar.
Hold up. Using your thing, no.
Well, it's called the celestial plane.
It's a celestial spirit.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So it wouldn't need the capacity to breathe.
But on this, it would specifically come from the it's a copper dragon. It's a copper dragon. Shepherd.
I thought it was Celestia. Oh.
Celestial spirit inside a standard animal shape.
And the
Or in this case, a slightly unstandard shape.
Olympus, so it has it would have naturals, yeah.
Okay, because anything like from Arcadia, my by the Elysium, the best Beastlands, Olympia, Asgard are technically the celestial.
Yeah, it would be held by the standards of the Arborea, which have great resistances for their pastoral environments of high mountains and low trenches. The Arborea is the good old mythical plane of many places, so this dragon would theoretically be spiritually okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's spiritual. I usually don't.
It's also a baby, so it takes up less than big people need.
Yeah.
A tiny little gecko dragon.
Gecko dragon. Alright, no, your dragon would not be feeling any effects in this unless something messes with the magics involved with your dragon.
Intriguing.
Alright. You continue onward, and you notice...
Yes, taking more breaths of the elemental as needed.
Yes.
You notice the stairs bend up and then go sideways and then go straight downwards. And then it makes a fork where one goes left and one goes right. But it goes like upright and the other one goes down left.
I stick my head there on either side, like over the stairs in question, and try and take a breath of air and see if there's any noticeable difference.
Yes, air. You could like you feel some air, but there's nothing really. You really have a hard time. Your throat, it's just like, come on, try to take a big breath, but you can't.
Okay. First, take a breath of the elemental. Second, gesture for everybody to take a deep breath of the elemental and head down that way.
Down left?
If that's where I was gasping more. Or were they both gasping the same?
They were ghost gasping the same.
Then I will go left because it worked before.
Okay. You down left, and it kind of zigzags a bit, and zigzags up and down, sort of, in a weird fashion way where you could have zigged, but you zagged instead.
All I know is I'm going to have incredible legs when I get out of here.
All the leg work.
Never
I will
skip
get
leg
+5
day.
to movement speed when we're done.
And then you reach upon a flat area. and there's stairways all around it still. But in the middle, it's like a pedestal. And I forget to mention, like, this whole place is very white. Like, paper white.
Industrial or
Like it's...
or like steam bath.
No. Like, you're looking at a blank piece of paper.
That somebody has folded into a bunch of crazy stairs.
Yes.
That's giving me a headache just imagining it.
That's what I'm saying. Someone put the dark mode on this shit, you know? Activate dark mode. Please. Too bright. I forgot to mention that detail. My bad.
Was there anything in the center of the platform?
Oh yeah, pedestal. What's it holding?
And on that pedestal is a pyramid-shaped object with a dark thing in the middle of it.
I want to touch it. I want to touch it so bad. Just poke it.
As a few seconds later, a brief pulse goes right through you. Everyone make a con save.
What's my cons? +4? Oh. Let me, this will be a good time to use this just in case.
I'll be right back. I need to go get my dice.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration and take that 22 instead of 13.
It's a D20 plus your con save.
Yeah, so I'm 22 for the bird.
Ah. I may or may not want to use my inspiration.
There we are.
That was terrible.
Yeah, both of my characters rolled awful. Elion got a natural 1. And Clicks got a total of 5 on a natural 3.
Percy got a natural 10.
Well played, sir.
I got a 24.
Well, yeah, it's con.
Anyone that got above 20, hooray!
Yes.
Good for you. You're taking half damage.
Oh no.
Boy.
Oh no.
Book out the window. What we do?
The other ones get full damage.
Oh no.
Yay.
Oh no.
As you feel the air being ripped out of your lungs.
Hey, I was using that.
And you're just like grasping, and then suddenly you all take 20. Full's 20. The others take 10.
I suspect, as Clicks does not, as Elion does not have lungs right now, and is essentially immune to the exhaustion and the immune to exhaustion and unconsciousness, that he may not take this damage because he doesn't require oxygen to breathe.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Ouch.
It's magic,
Clicks-
baby.
Oh no! You're saying no? I still take the damage.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Is this an attack?
No.
Right.
just the way you described the
Yes.
the repercussions of the save didn't seem to apply to him.
I understand that, Matt.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you bubble like a seltzer.
Yeah.
as a bunch of dissolved oxygen just sucked out of your body.
Okay. Now I only have 96.
Ouch.
You know, it's not like
Maybe
they're
break
yours.
out the van and see if that works. See if the van might work.
Well, as you waste more time, everyone make another con check. As another pulse comes out.
In
Not one. Way to go, Erica. It's bound to happen.
No, wrong one.
Oopsies. Those who need to breathe into the mat need to take a con damage. I mean, not a con damage, a exhaustion damage. Whatever it is, you're exhausted.
A level of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's what it is. God, I forget.
I hate those things.
Yep.
Mostly because they were death
Celeste
spells.
did what now?
Anyone who went into mat to take a breath.
That's not good.
Yeah, Matt does not suffer from it.
Yeah, well, Clicks does, but Elion does not because he's immune to exhaustion.
Exactly.
And he doesn't need to go into himself to breathe.
Nope.
Yes. Is water wet?
No. Wedding is
I
the
just-
action. Sorry.
I gesture at Rick.
Before we take any more damage, Rick reflexively starts throwing bricks. Throwing brick.
Clicks is tired of these motherfucking air brakes on this motherfucking demi-plane. So he is just going to, like, barrel towards this thing and try and look for, like, some sort of off switch.
I do the same.
How far away from us is it?
It is approximately about 30 feet.
Okay. So he's easily able to make that. He doesn't even have to use his bonus dash.
Nope.
Damn.
And, you know, on the other side, there's stairs going up and one going down to the left and one going... Well, going somewhere, but you can't really see. As you barrel towards it, the moment you get there, it lets off another pulse.
Hurry up, bro. Sorry.
Everyone make a con save again. Not 20. Good job, Erica. That's 29.
21.
I'm getting lower with each roll.
Well, my luck has to come from somewhere.
Are you saying you absorb luck?
I don't know. It's just that my die has been rolling higher each roll.
You're stealing my luck.
You're stealing everyone's
I'd like
luck.
it back,
Smith.
please.
Sorry. Here it is. Only slightly worn.
All right. Both my characters fail again.
What is this for? Is this for the breathing or the exhaustion?
The breathing.
Right.
Every time you get hit by this next level again, and every time you get hit, you'll get an exhaustion level. Every other time. Every other.
So 1 out of 3?
Well, then the bird frantically bolts towards the stairs that are facing down.
Smart move.
The natural laws of aviation tell me that a bee cannot fly and that down is better atmosphere. He has 45 at present.
Those who are
45
looking.
bees?
Those who are looking for an off switch cannot seem to find one.
In his examination of it, can he determine that the within this pyramid, within this pedestal, is in fact the air orb itself?
No.
By no, do you mean no, he can't determine it, or no, he determines that it is not?
It is not. Both.
Okay.
Why not both?
Because they're
I know.
contradictory. If I
I'm
cannot determine whether or not it is there,
it's
then
not.
I can't determine that it is not.
Schrodinger's orb.
I'm just blatantly telling you it's not.
Okay. Okay.
The orb is too small. The orb is the size of a ball bearing.
That is small.
Does the bird find it any easier to breathe than the 15 feet down the stairs he went?
I'll get to you in a moment. Right, so you did that.
Don't know what Rick's up to, but we need the van.
He starts throwing the bricks, that's right. They actually, as you throw the brick at it,
The van.
it bounces upward. As you see it, like a rippling kind of field around the item for some reason. And it shoots
The brick?
upward. The brick. Like when you hit something and, you know, in a video game, like if you hit, like if it's something like acts like water, but it's a hard surface, so it kind of ripples, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens. So when the brick hits it, it bounces, causing that ripple effect, and goes upward and disappears into Rick's holster.
Huh?
He has a blink back belt, so that when he throws items that he draws from the belt, they return to the belt at the end of the action once the action is resolved.
Oh, nice.
So it hits some morphic field. With apologies to Sheldrake, and the brick then, having completed its arc, returns to the holster on the blink back belt.
Okay.
I come up to Rick, reach into his bag of holding, and pull out the van.
The van?
The van. So,
Okay.
everyone but Shepard, make me a contract. As another pulse wave happens.
Well, I've reset 7 this time.
Oh shit, what was that?
I got a 21.
You're fine, you take half damage.
An exhaustion level
Yep,
Oh,
you all
I
get
got my
one
look
exhaustion level.
turn.
Pen.
Clicks gets a 21, and therefore only takes 10.
Yep,
But doesn't get another exhaustion level.
you do.
I still do.
Yep.
Okay, all right. That means my speed is halved, and I have disadvantage on ability checks. They're going to start adding up soon.
Yes, I went through this with the cold orb.
He is now going to follow his cowardly instincts, and pursue Eluin down the stairs,
Okay.
out of apparently out of the radius of this.
Yep. Which is within 30 feet if you observed nicely.
Yeah. technically his speed is only 15 feet right now
But you
because
can
of
dash.
his second
Exhaustion level.
his second exhaustion level. I was getting there, and he uses his College of Satire bonus tumble to both dash and disengage the remaining distance. And Elion will hesitate to make sure a few more people are coming. He is going to use a bonus action to heal himself. On. Alright, so I will use. I should be at 36 now. I'm going to use a 5th level spell slot to roll 5d8 of healing as a bonus action.
Okay. Erica will be falling behind, by the way. She's like, this is no good. Anyone else leaving?
I am leaving. I will
Okay.
grab Erica. And thus, since that is the action,
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Everyone following Shepard's lead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Running as fast as my little paws will take me.
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't leave anybody behind, so I was going to be the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think several of us had the same idea, but as we all turn go, I think we'll like go, Marines, we are leaving.
Pretty much.
Green light, go.
Green light, drop. Because
So-
we are going down the stairs.
You go
do
down-
I find it any noticeably easier to breathe, not including the former effects?
No.
Hmm.
But you are like still breathing harder than ever
Okay.
because
Uh,
thin air
yeah,
plus
but not
your
yet
air
choking.
being you're already losing air. You are not doing well in the oxygen department.
I am still in elemental shape. I was not forced to drop out by my lack of hit points.
Nope, you were not.
So if people need to refresh their breathing, please do so.
Does it?
Well, as the water elemental finally appears, at the first stage, the dragon dives into it and does a little loop. After all, she can breathe both water and air by natural point anywhere. And following suit, the bird just charges its head in. Shakes about a little
It's
bit.
probably smart since a lot of us have taken exhaustion levels.
Smart to do what?
I'll be right back. If he replies, let me know.
Mitch.
Mitch, I think your mic froze.
See, I never have trouble with Discord. Yeah, everyone else does.
well, I'm moving home tomorrow, so I'll be having trouble with Discord again.
Because we've all taken,
don't do
or
that.
some of us have taken exhaustion levels, I think it's probably best that we try to use
Okay, we've got the exhaustion levels part. So next time
tr-
to start with try to use.
Yeah,
Ah.
try to use what?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Try to use what?
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
It's because my computer is horrible.
Okay, we can hear you. Try to use what?
You can't hear us.
Testing.
Yes,
Okay,
we
he
still
can-
hear you. Please
yeah.
finish the sentence again.
He
Oh,
can't.
hold
he
on. I
can't.
gotta deal with my.
Yeah, he can't. He can't hear us.
Let's have a message.
Some sort of magic spell in order to. Sorry, I'm hitting a very large lag spike, is what's happening.
Okay.
In order to. The lag is horrible.
Okay. Keep talking. Your voice is getting through.
I can hear you. It's just
Yeah.
I hear. You hear me like for a long. After I hear you, the lag is.
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. The same thing happened to Aiden. That he could hear us, but at a delay.
We weren't having those problems last time.
So
Then-
yeah, cast a mansion. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Cast a mansion. Let's sleep it off.
Yes.
Has it been 24 hours?
Has not.
Nope.
Percy can cast a match.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can cast a mansion, but we can't long rest again yet.
Nope.
Or we could long rest, but we won't get the benefit of it, which includes not replenishing exhaustion levels.
No,
However,
wouldn't be.
Erica and Elion, at least.
Well, let's hang out for 24 hours then, I guess.
Erica and Elion, at least.
Oh,
Can
well, we can hang out in the mansion.
Erica and Elion at least can cast Greater Restoration to alleviate some of the levels of exhaustion. Probably not all.
Nope.
So Percy, after having thrown himself down the stairs because he didn't have enough movement left to get down without gravity, will, from the floor, cast a mansion.
Why are you putting a mansion down?
so that we have a place to.
Because inside mansions, there is air to breathe.
All right. Yeah. I get you.
Could we cast a mansion and
Can we cast a mansion in? Well, we just did that.
You're laughing at his leg. That's cruel.
I know.
Yes.
I
It's
know.
not his fault.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
I mean, it's frustrating, but it's not his fault.
I know. I don't mean to laugh. I really don't. It's probably in
Yeah.
defense.
Just
Fuck.
for that, you shall have lag next time.
Yeah, probably.
Oh no.
It's not. It
Yeah,
wouldn't-
the next time we play
That-
Super Smash Sundays,
yeah. Like last time.
lag spikes. Yes, it'll be worse.
That'd be
You'll
really
do us
bad.
all.
Doomed us all. You doomed us all.
You
Fool.
fool.
Full of a toque.
All right. So, casting MMM takes 1 minute.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, if people need to take another hit off the druid, then do so. That most people will be able to hold their breath for at least a minute.
What is it? Greater restoration?
Yeah, Greater Restoration is the one that removes 1 level of exhaustion.
Well,
Yeah.
I got 3 of them.
Yeah.
That'll be it. Do we want to do that for 3 people? Well, everyone's got it.
Yeah.
Everyone's got 2 dogs.
Except Elion.
Yeah, except for Elion. perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
I didn't breathe from him at that point, so I didn't, because you said everyone who breathed from him take a point of exhaustion. I hadn't breathed from him until that moment. I just did. So.
Yeah, that was your
Elliot.
first breathing water.
Yes. Because only at that point had he expended his lungs from when the air was literally ripped out.
No, that's everybody in general, man.
Yeah. Okay.
So I know you want to keep hitting us with these things, but they're killing us.
You did originally say everyone who's taken a breath.
True.
From Elion.
I didn't mean the alien part, but...
Yeah.
Okay. I am now sad. Thank you for the great restoration.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
I'll take that back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Well-
so Elion can cast 1.
Okay.
And
He
then-
can't do it in water elemental form, though.
No.
Hey,
once we're
what
in
do you
the
got?
mansion, he will revert to Avariel form. That was a superlative experience. I normally prefer the fire ones, but I suppose that would have been counterproductive. But yes, he will cast. Did Erica herself?
Yeah, I got 4. I got 3 coming out. Who needs them?
Okay, yeah. Percival, how are you doing for levels of exhaustion?
Can you guys hear me now? Is it?
Yes,
still
we
lagging
can.
like that?
We can always hear you. How's Percival doing for levels of exhaustion?
He's got 2
It's done 2. Okay.
or 3 or whatever Nate's decision is on how many we get.
2.
Elion will
He will
alleviate
insist he's fine, though the evidence precludes that.
one. Yes. Your stamina is admirable, but let us bolster our reserves for a continued fight, as this will perhaps be one of attrition. I have a fondness for you, and I would not see you fall to something as ignominious as asphyxiation.
I'm wondering if a door spell to a place with air would help. But I'm suspecting it wouldn't.
This door spell, would it?
It's a spell of the ancients. It makes a connection between 2 places.
Ah,
However, it has limited size. And I've never tried casting it in this fashion. And I suspect any air that came through would be immediately sucked away. Or perhaps just not come through. It might be stopped.
nature does, as they say, abhor a vacuum, and the particles would very quickly rush to uniform distribution in the cavernous space, and therefore be at insufficient concentration to benefit us as air-breathing creatures.
In addition, we have an air orb, which is having its own peculiar magical effect on the air, depending on how it was set.
Yes.
What was told to do.
So perhaps citing nature is less productive than I would like.
I fear nature is overruled when it comes to orbs.
Indeed.
The Arrow Cochrane has yet to surface and just burbles happily. Change form.
Yes. Yes. Presumably, Elion would take his personal space before resuming organic shape.
The bird do be ruffling his feathers just because he had his head in water previously. Any changes to what he feels, or are you still metaphorically shoving a staircase up my rear.
They're in the freaking mansion, man. Did you miss that?
Yeah, he's outside. He has not went in yet.
Oh, okay. You didn't went in. No. Metaphor. The stair part. The stairs.
Okay. Then he bids adieu to the staircase and finally joins them inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'd sort of left the conversation while they were entering.
Understood.
The Clicks will gladly receive one of Erica's greater restorations.
Okay, that's one.
Okay.
We got 2 left.
I'm only on 1, so Percival would also be a priority.
I mean, Percival, did you
Elion
get one?
gave Percy one.
Okay.
Right.
I'm on 2, so
I'll
I
give
can
one
take
to
one, I'd like that.
Mulligan.
And wouldn't Rick also be on 2 because everyone had an exhaustion from before?
Yeah, Rick would get one too.
Yeah.
If he comes, well, you'll get one anyways. That's all 3. I have no level 5 spells. If I have to cast any more, they will be higher levels.
Which is fine, except I don't believe that spell has any particularly different effects at higher levels.
Nope.
Yeah. No, it can be cast with higher level spell slots, but there would be no advantage of it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't recommend it because the higher level spells are like Heal, Hero's Feast, Resurrection, Holy Aura, and Mass Heal.
What does Hero's Feast do again?
Hold on.
This might be a good time for Hero's Feast.
It gives you
Hero's
advantages
Feast
on
is-
stuff.
Yeah, you're immune to fear, immune to poison. You have advantage on wisdom saving throws, and you have temporary hit points. Your hit point maximum additionally goes up. Hold on, let me verify that.
It's wisdom saving with advantage. Hit points are increased by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points by standard, and they last for 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any diseases and poison that we are experiencing are instantly cured, and thereafter you become immune to poison and fear effects, being frightened. But it does not alleviate exhaustion.
Okay.
Immune from frightening, that's what I forgot.
Yeah.
So useful in general, but not specifically in this case.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. We did use that at one point.
Would be super valuable if we were fighting a green dragon.
Yum.
Or a lake full of dead spirits.
Yes.
Yum. Oh, you weren't there, Morgan. They literally had to go through a lake of dead spirits.
yikes.
And fight something
Sometimes.
horrible under there.
Underwear?
Ha 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 ha!
Too bad Clicks wasn't there, because that line was Slave the Monster.
Yes. Mockery.
So, now what?
I take a hot bath and then drink a restorative tea that does nothing for levels of exhaustion.
Just,
But makes me feel better, damn it.
yes.
Elion will short rest so as to replenish his use of wild shape.
Hmm.
He now has 2 uses of wild shape, both of which he would expend if he were to reassume elemental form.
This time mansion has a light, open, airy architecture. And lots of windows.
Take a short nap.
It is a short rest.
Yeah, bird's taking a short nap.
Yep.
Just sat in the corner, head under wing, snoozing.
You feel exhausted, but mentally you're still good.
Yeah, roll your hit dice, kids. Save our healing spells.
Yeah.
Roll your hit dice. Save a healing spell. But that fuck.
I think it's this.
No, that's water. Water in my keyboard. Oh no.
Oh dear.
I hope it's not bad.
Oh no.
I turned it upside down.
Ouch.
It's a razor though, so it might have some waterproofing. You know what I mean?
It has water resistance.
It was only a splash, so I don't think it'll be bad. Alright. Oh, this keyboard seems better.
How do I do this? It's a D8 plus what?
Plus your con modifier,
Yeah.
your constitution modifier.
Yep.
Am I lagging?
Oh, nice.
I was lagging.
Yeah, just
Testing.
1d8 plus 3, Morgan.
We can hear you, man.
Nice. I rebooted my computer and everything is better.
Okay, good.
Computer
good.
go burr.
So, can I ask, how long does the the MMM last? How long does that last?
Till they dismiss it.
No. There is a set time. But I think it's significant. It's definitely more than 8 hours.
12 hours.
Hold on. 24. It can last up
All
to
right.
24 hours.
So if it lasts for 24, go ahead.
So hypothetically, we could stay in here long enough to take a long rest if we wanted. But shit's
That
going
was my
down
original
outside.
plan.
Yeah, shit's going down outside, and if the longer we delay with the air orb, the worse that'll get.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit the head real fast.
Okay, wash your hands.
Mr. Washi? You have my shirt. No, sir, I do not have your shirt. Mr. Washi.
And I guess if we weren't planning on taking a rest, then we may as well have just gone into the bus. But
Well,
At least here we can discuss our plans rather than trying to hold our breath as long as possible.
I mean,
Indeed,
yeah,
and on that the bird would chip up and say, unfortunately, friends, I couldn't find anything out there. The stillness is unnatural.
Yeah, orbs are like that. So does the pyramid contain the orb?
No.
no. I looked. I checked. I thought maybe because it was pulling the air out of our lungs that the pyramid was one of those control mechanisms, like that glove or that hammer or that chair.
Chair?
That throne that Fezzy used.
It's a chair.
Yeah.
My brain thought of like an actual like Ford, typical chair.
Well, I mean, it's a recliner. It's a lazy boy. It's got a barca lounger.
I thought it was funny the brain went to that place.
Yeah.
I knew what you were talking about, but my brain's like classic wooden chair with a nice upholstery.
Yeah, the barca lounger of power. Yeah, no,
It has cup holders.
yeah. And one of those cup holders is an orb, and you're just sort of like, like you're using a trackball on one of those like 80s, early 90s computers. No, whatever that was, it maybe simulated the power of the orb, but it wasn't the orb. I have a certainty of that.
Okay. Now, I did notice that the brick went up. Do you think that was just random geometry, or is that a hint?
Not even a clue.
I believe it was a hit because he nailed it square on the nose, but it reflected.
As I understand it, the orb not only deteriorates atmosphere, but it also appears to exploit gravitational forces, perhaps exerting counter-gravitational, anti-gravitational, if you will, effects. So the reason that the brick did not fall downwards may indicate that it was proceeding in a direction manipulated by the orb.
I'm not sure it's manipulating gravity so much as using the property of air that it floats.
That is also a viable hypothesis.
Yep.
Does air normally do that as birds fly higher? Get thin and hard to breathe?
Yes.
I trust you've done the actual research in person.
As children, Avariels are
Custom.
firmly
Air.
instructed to not venture too far from the island, lest we fall under the corruption of surface people. But in those same lessons is contained the old fables about flying too close to the sun, falling to one's death. This is...
So your feathers are held on with wax?
No, it's a mythological metaphor, an analogy, a parable, a fable, in which we are indirectly instructed to be wary of our ascension, lest we proceed beyond regions that Avariels were meant to inhabit.
So it may be that air is drawn to the earth. And it's just naturally thin and hard to breathe. Except near the earth where there's a bunch of it pulled down.
Gravity.
That is my understanding of the attractive forces between masses, yes.
So, could we use the Earth Orb to call more air around us and be able to breathe?
Wait. There is no gravity without gravy.
Wow! Brilliant!
Did you?
Brilliant! You deserve inspiration.
All right. While that is true from
No, Matt. No, you don't.
standpoint,
Kidding.
I'm not quite certain. Gravy does contain physical matter and would therefore have its own gravity, but of such a quantity as to be negligible on the scales we require. I beg your pardon. I'm not sure how serious you were being. I have difficulty reading tone. Hypothetically, if you had an orb such that could manipulate large masses of rock, we could erect our own gravitational field and thereby attract air to it. That you would need a singularly massive amount of rock, like unto a small moon at the very least, or
I
other
believe the orb can skip past the customary need for actual matter.
What if something was hyper dense? Because as something is more dense, doesn't have more gravity.
Indeed, it does. I mean, it has gravity commensurate to the amount of mass that it contains, and being hyperdense, it can fit more mass, more matter into a smaller space. Hypothetically, if you hyperdensified, concentrated enough matter into the size of a ball bearing, it could exert as much gravity as Ugarth itself. But it would still require the same amount of mass as Ugarth, simply compacted. If as Sir Percival asserts that the Earth orb bypasses the usual laws of conservation and can synthesize its own matter at will, then we could generate whatever amount of mass we needed to assert our own gravitational force. But
So, I realize you've made an extensive study of physics, and while normally I think it's a great help in the world,
yeah.
I don't think it's particularly useful when dealing with orbs directly.
Yes, of course. You're right. All precedents are out the proverbial window. My apologies. I get hyperfixated.
And the bird squawks to interject and rustles his wings a little and says, "For something you continue to call the Orb of Air, it seems to be rather lacking in the way of drafts." Just referencing his former comment before of not being able to feel or find anything out there. For a so-called Orb of Air, it seems to be playing more with gravity than it does air.
Is it possible? When we exited the painting, we had but one direction to go. Is that correct? We found ourselves shunted in a particular downward descent?
That is correct.
All right.
But we were offered several choices since then.
It is possible as Alwyn theorizes,
Shadow.
The lack of air contraindicates the presence of the air orb.
Come on. All right.
The direction in which we go, air becomes more and more sparse, less and less available. If we proceeded hypothetically in the other direction, if that were possible, we might proceed towards the air, and therefore towards the air orb.
And the bird nods along because it seems they did in fact get it, and that is what he meant.
I have been operating under the theory that the air orb had been told to control the air and keep it to itself and away from this place.
I do not have evidence that would suggest that is outside the capabilities of the orb.
Most of our experiments or experiences with orbs, they've been in an uncontrolled state and produce a lot of whatever element they are.
So what? Are we just gonna start back from the beginning and do it all over again, or are we just gonna continue forward?
I recommend continuing down where the breathing is easier. This is a new staircase that we are on outside. Perhaps it takes us deeper into the depths and towards more air. Which you seem to need, he says, pointing out to the group a little more than I.
We generally fly at much less serious altitudes than yourselves.
I don't fly at all.
Lower to the ground. Smaller lungs need to take in less.
Shadow.
You're...
The cat, sorry. She's
Yes.
upset. I know.
It's a shadow cat?
No. Jesus Christ.
Kitty?
Jesus.
I think we should send someone up to investigate directly above the pyramid. Probably just one person, because we don't want to risk the whole group.
I'm sorry, you're mistranslating something.
Damn it.
It's okay. As I said, it's a small pyramid shaped item. It's a thing in it. So you literally could grab it. But as Rick found out, throwing a brick send it bouncing off some kind of weird field that you can't really see.
So we need to get past this field in order to get the pyramid with the orb in it.
But it's
Might
not
require
the orb.
Yeah.
Immediately apparent.
The pyramid is a separate artifact. It does not contain the orb, at least not according to our investigations so far.
Yes.
That
Here, let me get you a picture. But you guys keep talking, but I'll get you a picture of the item. I forgot I had one. Here it is. Upload. I'm not good with describing everything sometimes. It's one of my
That's
weak
okay.
points, but that's what pictures are for, right?
Indeed.
Sometimes I'm pretty good with descriptives. It's a mixed match.
So we physically see that there is an orb inside of it.
Yes.
Right. But I would make the point to what Clicks was saying before. Perhaps it requires some kind of key that we have yet to find.
If you notice,
If it go down, then up.
Clicks, if you read the notes, or someone read the notes, what color is that? That orb's not the same color. The air orb would be a different color
Where's the picture?
in the notes.
Dungeons and Dragons live chat.
Yeah. In the notes, you know what notes I'm talking about, right?
No.
the descriptions of the orbs as written by an ancient author.
Yep.
Yeah, you all
Author
mentioned
Bright.
having a book of this stuff when we were doing the meeting. Because Clicks said to the bird, "Rest assured, we have some idea of what we could potentially be doing." And it did not inspire much confidence.
I can't imagine why.
I'm a satire bard. Inspiring confidence is not what I do.
Right. So
But does anybody have access to the notes? Because mine are on my dead computer.
I can grab them. Let's see. I need to go.
Ugh.
All right. Let me see.
Oh God, I'm suffering a lack of oxygen. I'm yawning. No,
Or make me yawn. I almost did.
sorry.
God damn it, Matt.
Turn off your camera when you yawn.
We don't want to see that.
Field of obscurity. Field of obscurity.
Hearing it is enough.
Come on. What is with my internet? What is going on?
I have a kitten.
I'm not sure that affects the internet.
No, but it is still worth noting.
Oh, I think it's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
What do you mean cats don't affect the internet?
They are the
Have
reason
you
the
seen
internet
the
exists.
internet? Exactly.
There is porn and there is cats. So it's one kind of pussy or another.
That place is full of pussy.
You're not watching the same porn I am then.
Of course not.
No. Well, sometimes.
Sometimes.
You're also either in one of only two places. You know, the Western continents or Vietnam.
Matt, do you have the link?
Let me go digging in my Google Drive.
Because my internet's saying burr. Internet go burr.
I'm thankful enough that hardly ever happens.
I can't find my notes. They're all in a fucking thing. I don't know where I put them. Oh well. Oh, you know
The
what?
Magic
I could use my
Orbs by
fucking.
Arthur Bright. I found them.
Thank you.
The orb of water, fluid and powerful the river goes, it bends and turns, yielding to nothing in its path. With passion it strikes its foes. The very force of it will drown any mortal with a crushing blow, with elegant force. This orb would drown Ugarth. It's a free, that's the water, and air is somewhere below it. There we go. It should be a light blue, and levitate everything around it. It rips and tears everything and anything apart. So the ripping air thing stands, but it seems more like it's like in a Zephyr-like state. And perhaps not of a single, thing. The orb should be animated, perhaps. And I will send you the link to the thing for yourself. There you go. That one.
Thank you.
I'll send it to my.
I wrote that up a while ago.
Yeah. So, the water one's the ones that goes and eats things. The air one sort of levitates everything.
Like, what, say, this big island in the sky.
Indeed. The effect that we're coming under is, sort of equivalent to another orb. It's sort of similar to the Orb of Force in some ways. Apart from the fact that this orb is not clear.
Is there an orb that's black?
There is, and it is also the orb that controls the fabric of reality, which Labyrinthian stares at the orb of space-time. It's a smoky grey kind of color.
Don't forget the Orb of Darkness.
Yeah, there is an Orb of Darkness, but we have that contained.
Darkness.
But you guys already have that one, yeah.
Space-time.
Indeed.
Characters that have experienced this orb before.
Yes, it bips and bops about the continuum, apparently at its own whim.
So it's a bit entropic in nature.
Yes, containing it in any sort of artifact would be unlikely, as it sort of goes, and can sometimes carry people and things back and forth with it through time.
So it's kind of like an electron.
In a sense, yeah. If an electron and a tachyon had a kid.
All right, let's go over the items, the artifacts you guys have. I believe you have the gloves, right?
We have both gloves.
Yep. The throne,
We left it at New Dawn.
but technically you have it. The staff,
Yeah.
Yes, we picked up the staff in the Cave of Water.
the trident.
Do we have the trident?
Nope.
I think so.
No.
The hammer,
Yes, we have the hammer.
the pedestal.
We don't have the pedestal.
You do not. Because
We
you
might
don't
know where it is, however.
You know where it is, actually.
Just up those stairs.
Yeah.
No, not
Uh,
that pedestal. That's just an average, typical pedestal. The actual pedestal is back when you were all at the Celestial.
Oh, yes.
When was that again?
That's
Oh, that was before you.
Celestia was the high-tech city that had the orb of electricity.
Stop naming poop!
I wasn't sure if you could see my edits or not.
I can! The Obsidian Tower, which you have.
Yeah.
The sword. The crown.
Yes, we have the sword.
The shield.
We haven't seen the shield yet.
And I don't think... It's, The
The
crown-
had the hammer at one point. I don't know if he still does.
he does.
Okay.
Void got the sword.
Yes. Yes, he did. So there's two artifacts you really can't get at to right now. The other ones, you're like, where are those? So, so compared to that orb and the one you see, it's much smaller than you guys seen of orbs, because an orb literally fits in your hand. That one is like you'll close your whole hand over it. It's the size of
I
a ball bearing.
understood orbs to be roughly the size of croquet balls.
Yep, pretty much. That's a good one. I didn't
Like
even think of
croquet
that.
ball.
Yeah.
Like croquet balls, they come in different colors.
Do I have any good example? I thought I had an example. Remember when
But
I
they don't have
placed?
those little stripes on them.
Remember when I placed that obsidian ball on the table when we were doing it not in person?
Not
Vaguely.
particularly.
Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. I could take a picture of it for you guys if you want. Oh, it's a little dusty.
It's the Orb of Dust.
Yeah, it's become the Orb of Dust. It used to be the Orb of Darkness. Now it's just so dusty.
Okay. Now we've got a subtle knife. We've got dust. Seriously, all we need is a golden compass and an amber spyglass,
God damn it, man.
and we'll have a Philip Pullman lawsuit.
The bird has a spyglass.
No! What color is it? 6?
I did say that it was bronze with amber adornments.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
You can see the size of it compared to that lotion or that
We
big
are
bottle of
just missing the compass.
big bottle of aspirin. It's a good size ratio. You can.
I'm just wondering if clicks will
That's a handful.
represent us for the cop.
Ball bearings are the pinballs you see. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ding 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 ding.
Yes. Rogues get 1,000 ball bearings with their starting equipment.
Very slippery. And you can throw them. They do
I don't
hurt.
think I've ever used mine.
They do hurt.
Yeah,
Oh, like a lacrosse ball.
It's like ping! Oh, my head. All right. And anything else we're going over with here?
Spelled again.
Was the knowledge that you remembered? I know it's been a little while. And someone who never experienced this knowledge yet, so it's good.
So
Reflect.
there was a small round object embedded in the pyramid,
Yes, but it was
and
small.
it was the color of it was.
It was black.
Wait, do we still have that dimensional dagger?
We do.
None of
What if
us.
we
Yeah, just say none of us were able to use it before.
Frack.
I believe it bonded to Erica
Yeah.
during the casting out of evil section.
If we can have Erica try and cut through the force field that surrounds the pyramid.
Smith, I thought you had it.
Smash and get rid of the orb.
I thought
No, he
Elyon
had it at first, and then he got taken over, and then Erica took it, and then expelled the evil entity that was inside it.
Yes, but
I remember that.
I know that stuff. But who took it? Did Noah take it?
I thought that Elyon took it.
Yeah, Elion took it.
Wait, take what?
The
subtle
dimensional
knife.
dagger.
Oh, yes. Elyon has the subtle knife. He was intending to use it in Bulgara form. Had we not won the fight when we did.
Yes, because he tried to have the bird use it, and the bird couldn't, so he took it because he was able to with his magic key.
Yeah.
And I was very reluctant to take it, even though I really wanted it.
I find those are often the things that I'm most reluctant to take.
Yep.
So, from the logic, in as much as that applies to orbs, the island is being held up with a space-time orb, not the air orb.
Indeed.
So if that...
So, in historical times, it was held up by the air orb, or at least so the gemmed map on the underwater cavern would have indicated.
Why not both?
So if we do take it, there's no telling what's going to happen to the...
The island itself, the floating island, could either remain in place with the air orb being another location, or it could simply blink out of existence, or we could be transported to another dimension. And, we still gotta find that dimensional KFC to scare the shit out of my guy, so...
Dimensional KFC.
DKFC, so we don't get sued for copyright.
Well, it'd be a UFC. Bigger fried chicken.
If we're not careful with this orb, that'll be the case. Throwing up, down, left, and right.
Stop talking about fried chicken. You're making me very hungry. You wouldn't like me when I'm
You
hungry.
wouldn't like me when I'm hungry.
You're making me hangry. You wouldn't like me when I'm hangry.
Lo, we travelled thence to the temple of the 11 herbs and spices.
Wow, my internet started starting to behave. All right, cool.
I don't need 11 herbs and spices. I just need 4. It's traditional Cajun cooking.
All right. You're getting sidetracked. I mean, this is a great conversation, but
we were just about to get to the Cajun cooking part of the conversation.
Yeah, come on.
I know all about that.
Yeah,
Which is why we're very fortunate to have you on the call.
yeah, true story. Yeah, forget KFC. Let's hit up Popeyes. Yeah. All right.
No, not Popeyes. My cooking.
Yeah.
My
yes,
cooking.
yes.
My tenders are so much better.
I want to try your tenders if you ever can
Respect.
cook
Hey, buddy.
for me.
Which is why you should come up to Maine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking about moving to New Hampshire pretty soon.
All right, you'll be spitting distance. Good. I can go over.
Ew.
Yep.
I'm not sure he's going to give us tenders if we spit on him.
Yeah, don't spit on people in COVID times. Come on.
Jesus, that's a
Might be
fucking
right, you don't
sin.
know.
You might like it, I don't
No,
know.
just go vape smoke.
All right. So hold on. speaking of smoke, the orb of space time, was that not like grayish and smoky in color?
Yes.
Yes.
But the orb within the pyramid construct on top of that pedestal was black.
It's kind
Then
of
it's not-
graphite with white in it, so one could argue that it is mottled
Okay.
and smokish.
But it's
All
not.
right.
But it's not the same size.
No,
So
it's not.
would it not be that orb?
Yes.
The orb of space-time, I would think, would be the one most free to change its size.
The orb of space-time is entropic. It doesn't have any set form other than the orb itself. At least if you are following the proper rules of entropy, it could be anything from the size of, a micron to literally being a planet.
The Hopkin crosses their arms and pouts.
Oh, I hope not, because that would imply it could be this planet. And that's just
Oh,
too much recursion for me.
All right. So, hypothetically, I know that I'm approaching this from a logical standpoint where no logic necessarily exists, but it really is the only matrix through which I can view the world. If it is, in fact, the orb of space-time, it could hypothetically simulate all the effects of the orb of air by transplanting the air that is present around itself elsewhere in the continuum. By shifting the atmosphere through time. Additionally, and I'm not positive that this would work, but it could alter the effects of gravity because sufficient gravity hypothetically could alter the flow of time. Sufficient time could alter the flow of gravity. I'm going to get a nosebleed. This is
The bird, for once,
ridiculous.
lifts its head and nods with an air of understanding for, just to quickly meta check, we are when all the dimensions are still separate before the elemental chaos, right?
I think elemental chaos is what we're trying to prevent.
Yes.
No, chaos is a good thing.
There are gates between the sky and the other lands. There is a place that has nothing, and a place that is everything, and a place that has sparks that fly and dissolve and build matter as we move. These places are known as realms that are against the very holdings of this place that seems to bind them all.
I'm gonna stop you right there before you go any further, before my brain explodes.
It is not unreasonable to assume that this place where you all exist separate from where I am may in fact be connected like a thread to your magic mansions. And by taking this orb, we may end up where they are from, or with others.
All right,
I
there
do
goes
not
my
know
brain.
much of your history, but if it works like our gateways do, we would be everywhere and nowhere at once, while simultaneously holding a position in a plane outside of this one, like where I am now.
But
I didn't want to interrupt Shepard, but as Morrigan experiences cerebral distress, Clicks starts to play the spa music from Pokemon Detective Pikachu that helps to soothe Psyduck.
I'm gonna just pull my bag and pull up my good stuff and just start smoking. I need.
Effectively, I was told I could maintain all the properties of the understanding the elemental plane of air, which does include the positive and vacuum, and my current hypothesis is that we are spaghetti-o'd.
Spaghettified.
which might not be a positive thought to some.
Yeah.
I must admit, while your delivery is spectacular, I was not able to follow the course of your conversation.
He sort of spreads his wings in response and says,
Yeah, pretty much.
if my body is where I am from, my left wing is positive and my right wing is negative. In the left, I bring life, and in the right, I take it away. These are the understandings and principles of where I am from. There is the sky between and above. There are beings greater than ours, and below there is a nothingness. But I was brought here through one of your strange magics, and you make great rooms of absolvance to understanding away from us as well. And if you have an orb that controls space as we move through matter, then perhaps we are not on the island at all, but elsewhere. Your friend suggested that we may have shunted. Maybe that painting has trapped us in another place, and we are not on the island at all.
Indeed, such a portal would not require geographic proximity. It could have removed us incredible distances, incalculable.
Again, something for which the likely culprit would be the orb of space-time.
He just nods his head.
Yes, it would serve. It would serve as a excellent power source for such a displacement, such a distortion.
But why would it be there?
Why would air be present?
Possibly contained. Just like a pocket dimension of some sort. Like, for example, that bag where we placed the orbs in. Contained.
I mean, if it is
asking externally or Erica?
Oh, Erica, sorry. Brain go burr.
He shrugs, for he does not know how the bag works. He has seen people put their hands inside space and pull out nothing.
I mean, if it is indeed a pocket dimension, then and there's only a set amount of air within it, and then we have that thing taking the air from it, that means we only have a limited amount of air, and us breathing it in, and the orb taking it out, or whatever
You're thinking too much.
crack that thing is.
Lad, you're thinking too much.
Then we need to figure this out fast before that we go in there and there's absolutely no air to breathe.
You're thinking too much.
There's no fucking oxygen in this room.
Clicks?
Yeah?
Do you think if we ran a hose from the door to this space, that we could use that to breathe through?
I don't see why not.
All right, let's start fashioning masks or whatever.
We're going on a dive.
Well, I mean, it's your mansion, my dude. So if you could get your servants to construct an object like that, right?
Yeah. But I'm not sure how durable the object would be outside the mansion.
But if you're going for that thing over there, she chimes in. If it's a space-time, it would do whatever it's want, not just sit there and harm us. Or maybe not. I mean,
okay.
If you
All right,
remember,
two things.
space-time orb is kind of dealing with a problem. Halting a big, nasty darkness with a holy light and a wizard, if you don't remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So why would that be the space-time orb? If it's too busy wasting all of its energy on one focus point. And if you notice, the sky started falling apart during that shit. Who knows how much time we have now?
And yet, if we're in another dimension, perhaps we are safe.
Mm. Yeah, unfortunately, we were kind of hoping to save the world.
Whoa.
And that's where I keep most of my stuff.
Right,
Presently,
so...
we are trying to save us. You cannot breathe here. We cannot survive here.
The mansion only lasts a day. When my buddy Percy's spell runs out, we are back in that room with the stairs, whether we like it or not. So we should probably do something about the contents of that atmosphere. So when we get booted to the curb by Mordecanine's eviction notice,
That should be a
we
spell.
don't choke on the spot. I don't want to explode eyeballs first, like someone chucked out an airlock, you know?
The bird nods in semi-understanding.
Then just don't hold your breath.
Okay. I don't need a lesson in explosive decompression from you. You are a lovely Hopkin, but I know my sci-fi.
The bird has went back to being completely confused. What's a sci-fi?
What's a sci-fi? Sci-fi?
It's like
It helps for the clicks to ignore all the strange words.
it's like Wi-Fi, only more scientific.
See?
Scientific precision.
What's Wi-Fi? I'm fully in the middle plane of air.
Well,
Buddy, we don't
Wi-Fi-
got no beep boops, only flap flaps.
Wi-Fi is like a hi-fi, only wireless. Digging the hole deeper.
We're gonna end up in Shenzhen at this rate.
The fact that I only understand some of his terms, and that because I was cursed by a Fey Lord, does not reassure me.
My family has a long history of Fey Lords.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah. Well, you know, it would be a problem, but the reunions are kind of lonely these days.
What? Erica's just baffled. Like, what? Are you part Fae?
Yeah. The Kitsunes are from the Feywild originally.
Oh.
It's part of why we were hunted to pretty much extinction. Because
poor thing.
people thought our tails were good luck.
You poor thing.
I
I can't see how
happen
they'd
to.
be good luck. I'd have to retailer half my wardrobe.
Yeah, well, you know that outfit would be lucky. You'd have one outfit that's lucky. Anyway, it's bupkis. It's bullshit. It's horse crap.
Look,
weird.
Chop off a rabbit's paw.
Yeah. Wait a minute. No, you're not a rabbit. You're a hopkin. Okay. Anyway, so we don't have inherent luck. The halflings have the luck. We're just, we're just fuzzy people with lie detecting, and the fact is, I've only survived as long as I have because I have a mode of transportation that my forebears and forefoxes somewhat lacked.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize there were bears in your ancestry.
Yeah, we have a picnic every year. But yeah, I happen to have a fly speed, and that's the only reason I ain't dead so far. all of it, all of this family history and me being an endangered species and the last son of Kitson, it's all for nothing. If we step outside here and breathe our frickin' last. So let's we have an oxygen supply in our dude Elion. We can also maintain Percy's very nice house. I love what you've done with the place. And possibly have that as a fallback position. But whatever that is out there, I don't think it's what we're looking for. I think it's an obstacle preventing us from getting to what we're looking for.
I agree.
Being able to figure out a way past it is our next step. Not, that's not the goal. It's stopping us from reaching our goal. It's the wrong size for an orb. It's the wrong color for the air orb. The space-time orb wouldn't stick around. It's even flightier than my attention span. So,
Also, it seemed to think that we were useful, at least.
Right. So unless there's like an evil version of the space-time orb that likes to stick around and sadistically torture people and rip air from their lungs, which doesn't exist in any of the lore I'm familiar with, that is not an orb. It's just a really mean thing.
Really mean
That sentence got away from me. But
that really mean thing is about this mean. That really mean thing is about to meet this really mean thing.
Yeah. You out-mean that mean thing. And then, okay, all right. As absolutely mind-boggling and fascinating as it has been to listen to you folks talk about higher level math and gravity and other dimensions, Alwyn, you've been holding out on me. We have to face the problem at paw and at wing and at hand. What? Sorry, Percy. Sorry, go on.
What if it's a fragment of void?
Ooh. Then we should avoid it? Yeah, I mean, it could
That
be.
would explain a lack of air.
It could be. But you guys were just going over the air lore of the air orb, and doesn't it magnetize the air to itself? Wherever it is in this place, that's where the air is.
The bird points to his dragon and says, "All of my beast's kin are tied to their own dimensions in pockets. If we are stuck here, there is nothing to say that it itself is not held within something that prevents it from unleashing such disastrous understandings. It could be isolated so that its effects are brought around, not unlike the spirit contained within my friend, but not so much that it would be affected by the environment it is placed in."
So if we break the prism or the field, then the effects may or may not increase. Great. Wunderbar.
Out of character, black hole! Yay!
I mean, it is indeed dark. And black holes do vary in sizes.
Anyone want to call Stephen Hawking back? Just a quick resurrection spell?
Now tell us about Hawking radiation.
Yeah, he would know about Hawking radiation. He's a hawk.
No, he's an eagle.
Oh.
They're both raptors, but it's a different theme.
Shit, was that racist? I'm sorry.
No, that was specious.
Also not good.
I find most of Clix's arguments to be specious.
But, if I were proficient in drums, I would totally rimshot.
Rim what?
Shot!
Who's Rimshot?
Who's rimming? Why are we shooting him?
As long as we're not jobbing him.
What the fuck? Alright. Let's table this for now. And come back next week. Maybe you can think more.
Well, presently, we've got either... It's the Orb of Space Time. We've been boogalooed into another dimension. We've been boogalooed into a Voyage Dragon Sphere. We've been boogalooed into Stephen Hawking's Wet Dream. Or alternatively, the fifth option, we don't know where we are, and Charlie's about to pop out of a mirror and scare the shit out of us. None of these options have a positive outcome so far.
Okay, alright. I have two notes. One, boogaloos are strictly the province of the lightning orb because boogaloos tend to be electric. Second, which Charlie are we talking about? Are we like Charlie Bucket?
The unicorn that melts mountains.
Shun the unbeliever. Shun.
Yes.
Oh, there's my kidney. You know,
The
yeah, okay.
unbeliever.
All right, that guy.
What?
He might be a little just bit on the young side.
Yeah, that is
Charlie!
an ancient meme. It is
Charlie!
positively Pleistocene. It's such an
magically
old meme.
done. Magically done.
2008.
Dear
Take a watch
Paragon.
of this, and
It's told
everything
us the
related to when
way.
you have in Oregon.
Yeah.
Candy Mountain, Charlie! Candy Mountain! Charlie! 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 What?
So what's this about nerds?
Turn it up!
Christ. We're about to have the stream copyright striked.
Nope, it's a react. You can react. Alright, you need to cut it though.
Yeah.
You need to stop it though. Thank you.
What?
You could just mute him. There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry.
No,
I
it's
did not
fine.
know that was
You're allowed to play that because it's technically not music, and technically we're reacting to it, so that's under the copyright law. But you can't play too much of it. It's weird.
Okay. Okay, I'm very sorry.
No, don't
My
worry. about
headphones have audio leak. I don't know how to fix that.
it. But that was good. That was a good
Sorry.
reaction. We had a react video and a D&D.
50
Yeah, we
seconds
kind of
in,
have a
I'm
mix of everything in here.
just-
Yep. All right.
We also had a physics lesson, so.
Yes.
Anyway, yes.
We will continue next time.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. Good job, everyone. This is a real fucker of a mystery. So we'll figure something out. We figured out a way to breathe in a place with no air. We'll figure out the next step.
Indeed.
Thank you. Oh.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody.
Gotta sleep on it. But yeah,
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Everyone.
This was a fun time, even if we didn't get very far.
I hope I haven't used my brain so much that I can't do my math stuff tomorrow for my college class.
He's got 2 + 2 = 4, and he's writing out E = MC² because I
Neg-
always
negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by ac.
Yeah, there we go.
2a.
What?
Wow.
Basics.
I'm sorry, what? Sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. Huh?
Doing
Brain burr.
Sine, cosine, sine, 3.14159.
All right, thank you very much, everybody, and have a good night. You nerds. Abyssal dreams.
And never more have we proved it than tonight.
Good knocked.